So then I said, that's not a hot point washing machine full of snakes flying on its way to the sun. That's my wife! Anyway, as I was saying, this is a wicked show you should probably check out.
Aloha! I hardly know her! And welcome to the Pod Topic Podcast. I am your host, Tom, and with me I have another host. To my left we have Andy.
Hello.
We have Bex.
Hello.
We have Gregg. We have Heather in the background.
Hello.
We have Deola.
My brain hurts.
And we have Taran.
I'm just going to have to go commit seppuku for that terrible, terrible intro. Sorry.
We'll help.
No, you'll take my honour, Bex. You'll take it from me.
There has to be some for me to take it.
It's all right. You can have a piece of my intestines.
Meh.
They're good intestines.
I know they're not. I doubt they are.
Well, hang on, fuck
Pickled
you.
to perfection.
Fuck you. I eat loads of lentils and shit. That's some healthy digestive tract right there. It will be more or less clean. Guaranteed no chicken skin.
I can't make the same guarantee for this podcast.
Chicken skins everywhere.
On this show, we have 2 pots full of topics. We'll bring it right back onto track.
Smooth.
They're filled with topics, and some are from the community, some are from the host. Then we pull them out, we bullshit for 2 hours, and whiskey.
Yay! Andy.
Down alcohol.
So I think this is the longest sort of whiskey in waiting that we've had. Because I went to Iceland in March.
Yeah.
And I haven't quite been around or drinking at the same time.
You had a marathon to run.
Yeah, I haven't done both of those things at the same time recently.
Yeah.
For the last 4 months or whatever. So we have Floki, an Icelandic young malt, which I'm quite impressed that it's got things like. I don't know anything about whiskey. I just bought it from Duty Free because it looked pretty. But it says like the barrel 21, bottle 138 this year.
That's a good barrel.
And then it's got the Icelandic signature of the distiller.
Yeah, it's all written on in biro.
Yeah, which yeah. So
this could be special. This could actually be really special.
It's got the Icelandic compass on top.
It's good on the front as well.
Oh, awesome.
With like weird ferny feathery wings.
What's it
things.
called?
Floki.
Could be Floki.
It looks
Floki sounds more Icelandic, and he's good at Icelandic words.
He is. At least we think he is.
Well, we think he is. We don't know any better.
I don't know. He puts on an accent.
It's got to be said. The Icelandic compass looks like a wonderful mix between a snowflake and the chaos symbol.
Exactly.
It does, doesn't it?
Icelandic
Yeah.
compass. For if you're lost, haha!
Right, hang on. We're getting ready for the pop.
Let's see, which direction is it?
That was good.
That was a good pop.
The direction is cold, by the way. The answer is cold.
Oh, it's a first edition.
So it could be
If I
bad.
could put it back in its package, we can sell it for millions.
It actually says first edition on it.
Oh, wait, you uncorked it.
To be fair, I wouldn't want like a second edition whiskey because I assume that it's already been through someone.
That's piss.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that would taste like whiskey.
That would taste like the regular whiskey you guys drink.
Andy, we now use the teapot as a decanter.
Right. Okay.
You're cheating.
You
Put
are
it straight
cheating.
into a glass.
We do have rules. We do things properly here.
Yeah, we do. Don't bloody lie.
The whiskey into the teapot. You're not doing it right.
Oh, that's a really rich amber. It almost looks like tea.
It does, and it's in a teapot. It all makes sense.
It does. Top me up. Go on, bruv. Go on.
Probably
Go
won't
on,
make
bruv.
sense in
Go on.
2
More,
hours, but it makes
more.
sense now.
Yep.
See, I'm a little bit
Yeah,
worried
give me
about
that.
this. Because what percentage is this?
47.
Right.
Well, that's fine.
We started dinner with a dirty martini this
Yes,
evening,
we
didn't
did,
we,
Tom.
Taran?
Yes, we did. And it was lovely.
Oh, fuck, tonight's going to go badly. Sorry, listeners.
Oh, it smells like alcoholic birch twigs.
Don't wait until we've got the second bottle open.
Sorry, I'll just drink out the pot.
Has Heather stolen your glass?
It was here.
Are you drinking whiskey again?
I don't drink whiskey, no. I drink shitty, sugary alcopops or nothing. I'm classy.
Hang on.
So, Heather, show your glass.
Oh wow,
It
that's
was in front of me.
that's pretty
So
brutal.
put out for me.
that is that is a brutal
I doubt
whiskey.
it.
Makes my throat hot.
Yep, I just downloaded all that Pepsi Max. Oh, fuck off.
Also, did you just say you downloaded the Pepsi Max?
I downed all of the
Oh, okay.
Pepsi Max.
No, you did download it.
Listen back to the recording, I probably said downloaded.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
No, Icelandic whiskey. Skål.
Hey.
Cool. So, what we've been up to?
Is it better for going through the teapot? That just seems
No.
complicated. The teapot's empty.
You poured the
The
rest of
whole
it in my
bottle
fucking
into the
mug.
teapot. And then,
Well,
So
that's
it-
all right.
It's
Not the
a
same.
process, and it's about doing it properly.
What we can do
but is it better?
Yes.
No.
Andy, what we can now do, and this should inform listeners on what to expect for the rest of the show, is Gregg also brought a whiskey.
And it also came from duty free.
And what ABV is it?
It's a Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey Phoenix Limited Edition.
Is that a 55% I can see? in front
It
of
is a 55%.
Oh, fuck.
It's okay. I don't need to wait for it.
Cass does.
Oh, it's got like hard things to open on the outside.
Well, while you're struggling
well,
to be a functioning human being, let's talk about what we've been up to.
Do
Thank you.
another pop later.
Yeah, we'll do it halfway
yeah,
through.
yeah. I just want to take the other thing off so the pop's easier when I'm drunk.
Cool. Good plan.
Planning
So-
ahead. We like it.
Winning
What
at
we've been
life.
doing?
I think four of us here have been to Portugal in the last week. We went to Boom Festival. Myself, Andy, Gregg. Of course, Heather's here as well. So that's five.
I'm sorry,
and, and D.
I like the way you prefaced that with, I think, four of us.
And he was wrong.
The preface stands.
So why did you go to Portugal?
Boom Festival, mate.
I'm asking as if I don't know.
Went to Boom Festival. Massive hippie week-long psytrance, techno, all kinds of music, smash fest.
What percentage of the time do you remember?
Lots!
All of it.
Yeah, most of it
yeah.
actually.
You think.
Lots is a nice, vague, kind of subjective word.
mean, like
I that.
90%.
It was an
95%.
entire week. How much do you remember of last week?
Fair.
It was nice to get the guys out there because Heather and I went a couple of years ago and we were just completely fucking blown away. I've spoken about Boom in this podcast before because it's a bit more than just a normal festival.
Oh,
It's-
it's something very special.
yeah, absolutely.
And you leave something very special.
Yeah, I went there with my dignity, and it's not there anymore. It's gone.
And half your toe.
Oh yeah. just like a chunk of my nail.
You had an accident.
Well, the first night I was there, we were just like meandering about, and I decided that it was time to not wear. Or we decided it was time to walk around without shoes, and there's rocks everywhere. And
Was that then?
Yeah, it was the first night.
First night.
The very first night that we had lots of fun.
I don't remember everything.
So you're getting filled in with what you were doing last week, as well as the listeners.
I've got a funny story about no shoes. No shoes, me and Björn.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what did you actually bash your toe on, though? Because I know you wandered off, but...
Yeah, well, I decided it was time to do the toilet, and on the way back, it was find every rock that my foot can find, playtime. So I did found some rocks and toe chunk. And then I got, that was not fun.
It's like the worst game of bingo ever. Foot rock, toe chunk.
So Paula was telling me about watching Gregg wash out his toe jug, just picking bits of grass out from inside his toe, flick it over there.
Well, where else would I put it? I don't want to put it back in the toe.
First night.
I mean, there's a lot to tell. There's a lot to tell from this trip. Unfortunately, we tend to keep this section to about 20 minutes, so I'll skip over to. I'll go to my highlights, which was we've mentioned he on the show before a couple of times. He's one of our best mates, Björn. He he proposed to his girlfriend while we were out there, which was
Fucking lovely.
fucking splendid. Now,
Congratulations to the both of you, Bjorn and Shani.
absolutely, congratulations. I don't know if I've told everyone the full story of this yet. So
I think you've told me.
So I'm going to take the opportunity to tell it now. We are on, I think, the third night, and this was a particularly boisterous, rowdy, somewhat fucked up night. And I'm sitting down. I can't remember exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting something into paper, and Björn sits down next to me, and he just goes, "Mate, I've had this idea, right? I'm really excited. I just want to tell someone about it." So, okay, cool. What are you thinking? So, well, while we're out here, I think I'm going to propose to Shani. It's like, fucking hell, mate, really? Wow. Yeah, no, wicked. That'd be amazing. Like, what have you got in mind? He goes, I don't know. I'll just find, like, when the moment's right, I don't know. I'll spring it on her or something. I'll just propose. So, okay, cool. I mean, like, in terms of location, have you thought? I don't know. Like, have you thought about the Sacred Fire? The Sacred Fire, for listeners, is, so this is a massive hippie festival. While we treated it like a smash fest, there is a lot of love and new agey stuff, and just a lot of really interesting things that happen around, like the dance festival bit.
Yeah, you know, bollocks.
That's unfair. The heart of the festival really kicks off when they do the lighting of the Sacred Fire, which once it's lit, the festival is a go, and then they let it die out once the festival is ended, and it really is like the heart of the festival. So I suggested, well, yeah, what about the Sacred Fire? And he said, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. And so, well, it's a full moon party, so like, why don't you do it under the full moon? And at this point, he goes, yeah, I suppose. I think I'd rather do it at dusk. Yeah, all right. He was totally right about this. Dusk was entirely the right time to do it. The sunset was phenomenal. So he tells me this, and I was like, cool. Well, all right. I'll just I don't know. I'll set something in motion tomorrow. Fortunately, because I was basically the only one who went to the festival with any sort of plans. Like, we were going to go see this band. You know, any real suggestions, well, most of the suggestions, rather, sort of came from me. It's like, I want to see this, shall we go? I want to see this, shall we go? So I figured, well, I should be able to, like, set this up. So, I mean, that night, for reasons, I'd ended up hugging a lot of strangers, lots of strange men. And an idea occurred to me that if I'm going to do this, I'd rather do it without lying. So I made sure to hug Björn at least once that night. The next morning, while we're all getting up, feeling refreshed isn't quite the word, but, you know,
Alive.
You think?
I kind of...
It's hot and I'm alive!
So next morning, as people get up, I'm just sitting there, and like, the words I use is, so last night, one of the many guys I ended up hugging told me that he's organising, he's preparing a surprise at the Sacred Fire this sundown for just before the full moon. So I reckon we should figure that out. Like, go check that out. And everyone was just like, well, yeah, all right. You know, anything else I said, they gone, yeah, fine, whatever. Like, no one else had any plans. So wicked, we'll do this. So I just kept kind of mentioned it to everyone, and then mentioned it, you know, each day, just to make sure it was fresh in people's minds. Got to the day. And it had been a serious one the night before. This was the night that myself, Deola, Heather, and Dan, listener Dan, we had been up all night. We went out, we tried to find the noise, we found some good noise, but it wasn't quite the noise, so we went and tried to find the other noise, but the place where we would go to for the good noise, they were doing 8 hours of progressive trance.
Fuck it.
Which wasn't quite the noise. But, you know, we checked the schedule, we said, well, you know, after 8 hours, I mean, that finishes at 5, and then it's trance. Sorry, techno. So wicked. Let's stay up for the techno. So we, like, by ways and means, we managed to survive and stay up for the techno. And the second the techno starts, everyone else goes to bed. Yeah. So, like, one by one, it's like, oh, cool, the techno's. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. But yeah, myself, Deola, Heather, Dan, we fucking close it down. We stay for the set. It was Alex Tolstoy who oh wow, that was quite a set.
Fucking ludicrous, my God.
So we go home and go to bed. Everyone goes to sleep, apart from me. I can't sleep. I'm not sleeping. It's too hot. I'm not sleeping, and then after a while I'm not sleeping. I occasionally have to get up to go into the lake to cool off to be a real human temperature. I finally get to a position where I might be able to sleep, but I'm now thinking, wow, I'm not going to be able to sleep. Am I going to make it to the proposal? So that's now keeping me up. So I then stay up all night and all day, and then people start getting up, and we go down to the beach. And most people, they just kind of sleep in the shade for most of the day. And that's fine. I figured, made plans, like, we'll meet at the food place for 6, we'll have some food, we'll make it over to the Sacred Fire in plenty of time. Jobs are good. And waking people up that day was particularly difficult. Funnily enough, the most difficult person to get moving was Björn.
Yeah, of course it was. Good man.
Which, at one
Not
point,
making a plan and sleeping through it.
So, so at one point, I've tried to, like, get him stirring a couple of times, and end up just sort of shaking him by the shoulder and just going, come on, guys, it's time to get up. Sunset waits for no man. And Björn, like, gradually takes the hint, and like, we get ourselves together and go over there, and then the proposal happens, and it's fucking lovely, and it was absolutely perfect. He was so right to do it at sunset. It was just idyllic.
Cool.
Absolutely idyllic.
Very cool.
It was as we got up to the Sacred Fire. You'd said about this random guy that you'd met and that you'd heard that there was something going on, but people had checked during that. You'd said that it's at the full moon, the day of the full moon. They're doing something at the Sacred Fire. Let's go watch it. And Paula had checked on my girlfriend had checked on her phone. And found out the full moon wasn't that night. So we were just like, oh no, we'll just sod this off and go for a swim. Because we didn't know what was going on. So as we're going into the water and pissing off, Bjorn's like, where are you going? Going for a swim, mate. How long are you going to be? I don't know, until the sun goes down. I don't know. I just wander off and stop talking to him. Paul catches up with me and says, oh, we've been requested to be back in a few minutes. Oh, okay. Paul goes, I think he's going to propose. Literally 5 minutes before it happened.
Oh, sorry, that was the addendum. That was the footnote. That was my favourite bit of the entire thing. After it happens, the 10 minutes pass, we're all doing the congratulations, hugging, oh, yeah. And then we're just still milling around while there's this ceremony going on at the Sacred Fire. And I just hear Gregg out off to one side go, oh, there is no dude with a surprise, is there?
It did take me a little while to understand. But that's your fault. You must have told me like 5 times that there was some guy that you hugged the previous night, and I'd gotten into my head that
there was something definitely going to happen.
There was definitely something going to happen, and it was a different guy than somebody.
There was something that happened. The big steampunk,
the big steam truck.
Yeah,
but that was around every time.
I have
but it
no
wasn't the
idea what
Sacred
you're going
Fire.
on about. The listeners have got no fucking clue.
It was this giant steampunk fire truck thing, cycle truck.
In the middle was a drum kit.
I forgot. It's Boom.
Basically, like some of the pictures from Boom, having been there and looked at it, and then looking at the pictures that we've taken,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that they call it the Burning Man of Europe.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
some of the pictures
that's
that we've
exactly what it
taken
is.
that would look not out of place in an album of Burning Man
Yeah.
stuff. It's quite nice.
A lot of sand and a lot of big, stupid.
It's quite
shit.
nice. It's quite nice that you're not that far away from like a road
Yeah.
or water.
I think comparing it to Burning Man is a little unfair because there's absolutely no ego at Boom whatsoever.
Yeah, Burning Man.
There's no front. There's nothing. It's just a bunch of hippies being dickheads about love.
I did find that the girl who we were sitting on the beach, and the girl who she came up to, and she's very nice, and she said, "Hello, how's it going? How's your day?" So we're doing like a fire ceremony, like in like a couple of days somewhere, maybe. I don't really know, but we're doing it. And here's some wishes. Like if you write your wishes about what you'd like on these bits of paper, we'll fold them up and we'll put them in the fire during the fire ceremony. And I think she was doing like circus tricks and stuff like that. She was part of like a whole circus tricks crowd that just happened to be sat there at the beach, which was lovely, watching them juggle whatever they could find at the time, because it's not the middle of the night, so they can't juggle fire yet. Yeah. But it was just the way that she talked about the festival, and just sort of like we were just like, so how are you enjoying Boom? And she almost started crying.
Wow,
because it was so beautiful, and there was so much love, and there was so much everything, and she welled up, and she basically had to go away for a moment because it was far overly too emotional. Which is a little far for me, but it's lovely that sentiment is there. I mean, I get it. I can see...
I can just see you turning around to her and go, yeah, but it's not Creamfields, is it?
Where's the dubstep?
Happy hardcore all night now.
Beautiful. Makes me cry.
Because I can't sleep.
For 7 weeks. But no, it was an amazing
sounds it.
Cool. I'll just add this, like, post Boom, two quick things about the things that happened just since I've been back. Firstly, got back into work. The stage manager, Master Carpenter, Tom, my boss, he taken over my plot as head flyman while I was away. And when I got back, one of the things he said to me is that, I got a week in. Bearing in mind I was away for 2 weeks, I got a week in, and I was just saying to someone, I understand why the guy needed a holiday. That plot's ridiculous. I've been flying in this theatre for 6 years, and that is by far one of the most physically demanding plots I've ever seen.
Appreciation!
Yes! Made me feel so much better. Secondly, quick story about, I think, maybe I've seen my first real encroachment of middle age.
Oh, yeah.
Which was about the night after I got back from work that day. I go outside, I have a glass of wine, and I have a cigarette, and I've got my tablet out. So my tablet's got one of these slick little, it's a Surface, so it's got this slick little touch keyboard. And I've just got it on my lap, propped up, and I'm just sort of scrolling through Facebook. And at some point I noticed that the mouse is just moving slowly to the right. It's like, what the fuck's that all about? So sort of check it, make sure there's nothing on the screen, there's nothing on the keyboard. Okay, right, okay. I go back, and then sort of settle back in, and then the mouse starts moving slowly to the left. It's like, what the fuck what's all this about? And it's like, oh. Okay, just check it again. No, it's fine. Hold it up. It's all okay. Put it back down. Prop myself back down. Realise that what's happened is my belly is on the mouse and is slowly moving it. Oh, okay, cool. So I am approaching 30.
You just got wind-nuked by your gut.
Yeah, time to lay off the beers, methinks. Time to stick to spirits.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything. Cool. Anyway, that's enough from me. Who else?
Well, while you guys were away in Portugal, I had the house all to myself because my girlfriend's not here. Our housemate Kimmy's not here. You guys were in Portugal. So I decided to have a couple of afternoons of barbecuing and baking, and I'm going to leave it at that. But it was a lot of fun because our friend Johnny from Istanbul was here. Got to hang out with him tons, which was amazing. Never get to see him.
Were you just running around the rest of the time naked windmilling?
No, we were busy baking. There was no running.
No running.
I just imagine you running around the house, just being in every room naked. Just being like,
Oh no, I did that after they left. Yeah, I've had a lot of naked times in this house. Every seat, by the way, guys. Every seat.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Like a dog with worms.
I hate you.
Apart from that, the only thing that's really happened is I've realised we've got a printer in the house, which is mine. So I'm surprised it lasted
What an
this long.
amazing discovery! You are a detective.
Oh my god, these topics are so much quicker. Thank you for submitting so many, guys. Usually I write every single one of them. This time I went to go do one, and Kai, thank you very much for submitting a topic. It was really long and I'm not writing it. And just went, Heather, that's a really long topic. Why didn't you print it? Oh, yeah.
Common sense.
There we go.
Cool. So as Pot Topic podcasts become slightly automated.
We've reached the 20th century of technology.
Just
We've
about.
reached the 80s!
Give us another 40 episodes, we might hit the 21st.
It'll be a dot matrix printer just printing off on some kind of little ticker tape.
Oh, that'd be so much easier. Cool.
Get a thermo fax machine.
Fax your topics to 0208.
I've said this before. I reckon an old school fax machine would be like £1.50 on eBay.
I'm pretty sure my printer does that.
You should totally do that. Then you could just sit and watch the topics come in like a little kid at Christmas waiting for Santa. Somebody loves me.
That would mean our community also have to get a fax machine or go to a library.
Can you not, are there not just websites?
Email to fax? I'm guessing there must be.
There must be.
And surely you could just... I was going to say there was like a Google program or
Some
something.
people could email it in directly, but that's no fun. Let's get a really, really loud fax machine.
Old school.
A really loud one. Yeah, top pages one.
Tobias has probably got one in his room somewhere.
Oh, probably. That guy has more redundant technology than I ever hope to own. And I hope to own a lot.
Bex, what have you been up to?
Well, not being off in sunny beaches, having loads of fun, so screw you guys.
Next time.
But no, it's been good. I've been doing more fun with the YouTubes.
Yes, you have started your video.
And yeah,
saw your
Suicide Squad stuff. That was awesome.
Yeah.
there's the Suicide Squad. I also have slightly been cheating on the Pop Topic podcast
Again, you
By-
fucking hussy.
by going back on Geek Town.
Cool.
So I did another episode of Geek Town, which was cool. But yeah, the YouTubes has been interesting because I went and saw Suicide Squad, and Suicide Squad is basically two possibly passable movies completely fucking failing to get out of one horrific thing that was taken over by the studio and edited into a nonsense.
DC, do it again.
Yay! Reactionary post reshoots and edits and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I put up a couple of videos on this on the YouTube, as you do, because like that's what I do. But some people have taken objection to this. And
Internet fights. Internet YouTube fights.
well, specifically a page I won't name for various reasons, like they'll come around my house and kill me. They previously had shared some of my videos which had said some positive things about previous DC stuff. And because I then put this one post up, because I told them when they shared stuff and mentioned me on their page, which was a pro DC only page, that not all my things were going to be positive because I'm reviewing things honestly, and if I just said everything was great, that would make me a liar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put up a very silly couple of minute Suicide Squad video, and it was just a nonsense. It was just a rant. It was, it was a bit silly, and yeah, that was immediately posted up on their page, and they asked everyone to basically go and dislike it and tell me how much of a horrible hater I was, and how I'd never read a comic book, and how people just watch me because I've got tits, and all these kind of horrible sexist, misogynistic.
So how many
Geek
views did you
hating.
get out of that?
Well, like
Fire.
it was like about 10.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Proving that if they want to be people that can drum up lots of cyberbullying, they're kind of failing. And on top of that, in my continuing theme of answering everybody that comments on my YouTube and my Facebook,
You fool.
I replied to every comment by people that were trying to bully me on their page, explaining myself fully, explaining to them their behaviour wasn't acceptable or a nice way to treat people, and how I thought it was quite unfortunate and a shame that a page that claimed to be spreading positivity and against haters was trying to encourage hate and bullying of an individual for having an opinion. And yeah, they have deleted that because I was just relentlessly polite at them.
That's our Bex.
And so that was interesting. But yeah, that was quite fun. It was a shame the movie wasn't that great. But I made a couple of videos out of it. There were bits in it that were fun. There was potential.
It looks like the kind of movie that's going to be enjoyable if I've got a beer in my hand.
Or 10.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be aware that the mood and the tone and the editing is so shockingly awful that it manages to take enjoyment away from an amazing cast.
Will it be easier to watch for people who don't really care about the source material?
No, it's just badly edited. It's just
Okay, fair enough.
They just went and reshot half of it, had 2 separate shoots running, 2 completely separate movies, and then hacked them together in a massive design by committee way.
That's right. Didn't they recall it for edit after Deadpool came out or something?
Yeah, they got the company that made the awesome trailers to re-edit and reshoot half the movie and then merge the 2 different versions. So,
Oh yeah, that won't go wrong. Yeah,
No,
trailer company. Yeah, you edit our whole film that you do all the time. The whole films that you do all the time.
I feel sorry for everyone involved in that movie. I really, really do. And I said that, and I was quite fair in saying that, if slightly ranty. And that caused a little bit of a backlash because people be crazy.
Did you see the shit that went on with Will Smith and his agent?
Should have been wearing a helmet.
And Jared Leto. No. So he went on a thing and they asked him about the movie and he just said, yeah, no, I don't like Jared Leto. That guy's terrible.
He was mailing them all like dead rats and used condoms.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's gonna have a slight effect on your working relationship.
So Will Smith sort of said this, and then his publicist came out and said, what Will meant to say is that he understands that everyone has a different approach to acting, and he respects that everyone's methods are different. And then he goes on for another interview. And he said something like similar. It's like, yeah, no, seriously, that guy was an absolute terror. Like, I was afraid to eat around him. Like, you couldn't touch anything if he'd been nearby because you just didn't know what he'd done to it. Absolute nightmare. I hope never to work with him again. He shouldn't get any work. Publicist comes through and says, again, something similar along the lines of, well, Will Smith, what Will Smith went to say was blah, blah, blah. So in an interview after that, Will Smith, when I pushed on it, just said, yeah, no, I don't care what my publicists say. I do not like that man.
Will Smith is basically just relentlessly himself. And that's why everyone likes him. Like, it doesn't matter if he says he doesn't like someone. If someone's mailed him you condoms and all kinds of things, he's entirely fucking entitled to say that.
Yeah,
right. And Leto probably expects that. He decided to method act that shit crazily, and that's the result he wanted. He wanted them to hate him because that's what he was doing on purpose. So he achieved his goal because he wanted to be the Joker at them and not himself. So Will presumably hates the Joker. That was what he wanted. There's no real need for publicists to get involved in that. What kind of
I'm thinking when it comes to... I was really interested in going to see Suicide Squad, but I might just wait till it's released with the director's cut because, like, everything I'm hearing about what's been cut out from it sounds like it probably
I've
needs
done a
to be in the
video
film.
which has all the shots all the shots I noticed anyway.
Explains
in
the
trailer,
metal teeth and the damaged stuff and all that.
I've just taken shots from the trailers that aren't in the movie. And back those up because there's clearly entire scenes. You can see a shot where Diablo's in a cell, not in a tube. So obviously there's a cut where he doesn't die,
right?
And all that kind of stuff. It's just like
spoilers.
Yeah, sorry. And,
That's right. I don't know who Diablo is.
It doesn't really matter.
I don't care.
It doesn't really matter. But it's just it's been hacked up. So there was that, and there was backlash against that of a small attempt. Like the smallest, shittest attempt at a Gamergate you've ever seen in your life, which I got shut down after a couple of days. So I was like, yay!
Well done, you.
Other than that, I started drinking again, so that was fun.
Yay! One of us! One of us! One of us!
Bex, let me just say, it's not a crutch, it's a third leg.
I'll see you.
I've already got one of those. It took you a second, Yayla.
It's like a baby holding an apple.
Yeah, it's like an adult. But I decided one day I was having a really, really shit day and I was like, I need to do something stupid and irresponsible. Really stupid and irresponsible. The best thing I can do that's stupid and irresponsible that isn't actually so stupid and irresponsible, it's going to have any consequences, is go and buy some booze and have a drink in the afternoon. That's just what I'm going to do. And the shop I happened to walk past at that point was a Waitrose. And I got home and I basically sat down and I had like some nice amaretto and pineapple juice in a really posh wine glass.
For international listeners, Waitrose are very posh, expensive supermarkets.
The booze costs the same anyway. But yeah, I basically sat there with a Waitrose shopping bag with some nice Disaronno and some pineapple juice, not own brand, nice stuff, and a nice wine glass and a packet of gluten-free Jaffa cakes, and just sat there and went, fuck me, I'm middle class and middle-aged. This is me rebelling. And I told one of my mates that I'd started drinking, and they'd had this massive panic because it's been 12 years. And I sent him a photo and he just went, yeah, I ain't worried.
Bravo.
Like, rebel, full fucking punk rebel there.
Right.
I will tell you what. As far as festivals go, for the idea of
Reckless abandon.
it was just so
Vegan, lots of vegan there.
Lots of vegan, so lots of gluten-free, lots of dairy, lots of everything free, and then massive, huge lines at the Argentinian steakhouse. I've never been that close to that many vegans and eating meat to meat.
But it was so tasty. It was so tasty.
But everything in Portugal, just Portugal in general, appeared to be gluten-free, because we went down to me and Paula after we left you guys in Lisbon, because we did the festival. We went to Lisbon. We had Friday night drinking in Lisbon. We thought we'd be nice and sensible, and we went out sightseeing on Friday in Lisbon after a 7-day festival. We did Thursday night. We acclimatized to being around non-hippies for a bit, for a night, and then we decided to go out to the castle, and we thought we'd get the lovely 1930s electric trams up to the castle, and then we stood in the queue for the tram, and then people needed the loo, and then we got bored, and then we went across the road, and we went to the bar.
If I may cut in here, because this is the happy hour one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, we'd be standing in this queue, and there's a long ass queue, and I needed the toilet, and Dan pointed out that, there's a bar there, they're doing happy hour, they've probably got a toilet. It's like, wicked, sweet, I'll go get a cocktail and have a piss. And then a couple of people join me, we go have a piss, we're waiting for our cocktails, and I just turn to those who are present, it's like, guys, like, as a group of 9, like, what have we been terrible at? Paula goes, going places. Cool. What have we excelled at? Getting fucked up. Sweet. Should we just sack off the castle and go cocktails? It's like, yes. So then just go get everyone else.
There were some good cocktails.
There were some fantastic
Very,
cocktails.
very good cocktails.
It was the receipt.
Oh yeah, I saw the picture.
22 cocktails, €99. 1 bowl of chips. €3. Written by the barmaid on the top of the receipt. You guys are very funny.
What she meant was very loud, drunken British.
Yeah. So we found a bean culture. We went with it, but after we did Lisbon, and Lisbon was great for food, and fresh food, and it was a foodie paradise, really. Mm-hmm. But me and Paula went off down the coast. And there were 2 things I noticed about Portugal. One was that everything that is normally not gluten free appeared to be gluten free. It was the 2 words that I learned to read in Portuguese was gluten free, because it was written on everything. So apparently no one in Portugal can eat gluten. The other thing was that I sat in some big waves. I haven't sat in some big waves for it ever, because the lake was nice, but there weren't big waves.
No,
but there was surf down the coast, and it was.
Oh, really?
And it was lovely and big, and it was. I mean, the big waves.
Yeah,
fucking well enjoyed the big waves. Well enjoyed 3 days of. I mean, there was. I think the little place. Paula describes the little place we went to as the south end of Portugal. Because there was very little international presence there. It was just appeared to be Portuguese people on holiday.
Yeah.
And they only appeared to be open for about 7 weeks a year, this village, for the Portuguese to all go on holiday.
Yeah.
And there was one thing of bumper cars, and a bunch of restaurants, and a bar, and the beach.
And a lot of Portuguese women screaming, "Leave it, Terry, he's not worth it!"
I saw one English person the whole time we were in that village, and it was a couple having an argument about where he'd parked the car.
Yes! That's some South End there. Right, has anyone else got anything else to add before we go on to topics? Because we're at 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I've got lots of stories, but I have to do them later because mine are going to do it for a while.
They're all going to come up on the podcast at some point.
Absolutely. I'll just finish off with this. Dan, listener Dan, summed up Boom Festival.
Not Ozzie Dan.
No, Dan Ty or Tiji or how
Little Danny.
Iliambus.
Danny, yeah.
Danny.
His surname's Iliambus.
Cool, wicked. He summed up Boom Festival better than I've ever heard anyone sum it up before. We're just having a conversation about it, and I can't remember how he gets onto it, but he just turns to me and says, "Do you know what, mate? I don't have this amount of freedom in my backyard." And that
that's
really
sweet.
sums up Boom Festival. So, should we...
So many boobs. and so many penises.
Yeah. There are many of both.
Live in my house.
That would be the same penis. Taran.
Yeah.
So
Get bored of it eventually.
Even when he tries to have a wank, he looks down and it's my penis.
I'm not going to be able to wank in this house ever again.
Look,
I think
I have needs. It is unfair to foist them off on one person.
You're a moral polygamist.
On that beautiful note, should we actually have some topics?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hit the show.
Well, go on then, Bex. You're
Yeah.
first.
Which from
Hot
which
spot,
one?
hotty, potty hot.
I'm from the host. Just doing the host bit. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
What happened to the cauldron?
What cauldron?
It was used to be in a flower pot, and my girlfriend took it back to put flowers in.
what was the thing that got smashed?
Oh, that was the original hot pot.
Yeah.
Was that a cauldron?
No, that was from Best Wedding.
Oh.
It was just a flower pot.
What we got, Bex?
It's Tom. It says thought experiment, self-driving cars, morality.
Right.
Explain.
I think I talked to you about this, maybe.
Maybe.
His
Okay.
R seemed to think that he knows.
So everyone knows the 3 rules of robotic AI,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
the first one being no harm to humans, right? That's what all you got to worry about. So we're now programming cars that are self-driving. This is kind of like a twist on the thought experiment of the rail tracks. Do you pull the lever and kill a stranger, or do you, 2 strangers, or do you kill a relative on the other track? A runaway train coming down the track. So, at what point do you program cars to protect the driver over one person stepping out in front of you?
Ew, damn.
At what point does it become immoral for the car to try and save the driver?
I think almost immediately, because self-driving cars have to also have the ability for manual control.
Okay, so imagine the car is completely autonomous.
Completely autonomous.
That's what I'm saying.
Cool. What level of programming? Are we talking programmed? Are we talking AI?
We're talking
Because-
AI.
because
we
the
could
rules-
program morals into it.
Well, I mean, so the thing with the laws of robotics, they deal with artificial intelligence proper rather than just programming, because it suggests a level of sentience and ability to actually make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Artificial cars would probably more just have edge cases and a series of scenarios and then automatically run through those, and they would probably have a way of filling the vehicle with something that would protect the driver, so you could do whatever you needed to do to protect a pedestrian. So they would probably just, like, it probably wouldn't come up that often, as long as the car had some kind of mechanism that filled it with some kind of foam or some bollocks.
But what if it
kind of
didn't?
So we've got a Demolition Man foam
yeah,
inside,
exactly. Demolition
and then
Man
we've got
style
like
foam, and then
we've got
it would just do whatever it took to protect the pedestrian.
futuristic inflatable sort of bouncy castle sticky substance that.
Or it could
that
just
stops
stop.
the-
They've got that already.
It could just stop.
Or if you like.
I hate to, like, you clearly want some kind of, like, it comes
I
up to a pedestrian, they
do.
just bounce gently off it, but it
Yes.
could just stop sooner.
No, they don't just bounce it in the office. They get covered in goo and bounce and stick to something.
Yeah. Either this is some kind of game show or one of your fantasies.
Both.
Why can't it both? Yeah.
It's a game show, and when they win, they get you.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not futuristic, some of this stuff.
No,
No,
but
no,
AI is.
AI
This
is.
is
Yeah,
back to that extent, yeah.
the filling of the car full of foam, that exists already in Formula One. Like,
Does it?
yeah, whenever the
What kind of foam? Are we talking like builder's foam?
I
That'd
don't
be
know.
fucking hilarious.
I have no idea. But what it
Custard
does
pie
is
filling.
Oh, I just got
When
an
it
image of having to
senses-
chip out Ayrton Senna's corpse out of a
Oh,
load of builder's
dude.
foam. It's not my fault. My brain does it. But what a sculpture. Sorry, continue, Greg.
no, done now.
Cool.
You've ruined everything. The podcast.
So, what if the car had more than one person in it?
It still
Still
have
full
the
of
same foam.
No,
Would
no.
you program a car to take out.
So you're saying
if there was
if
no chance,
internal mechanism
if there was
to
no
protect them-
chance of stopping before hitting this person that was crossing the road or whatever.
My thinking would be that if the car hits the person, they're more likely to kill it than they are the people inside the car. Now, if we're dealing with artificial intelligence,
Well, this isn't true.
and the only task he has to worry about is driving. Like, actually driving isn't going to take up a huge amount of processing power. So it also
Incredible processing power.
well, yeah, but if we're at the level of artificial intelligence.
That would be even more processing
There'll
power.
be loads of processing power.
Yeah,
What you're saying is the mind is large.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if it's got like full 360 vision all times, as well as driving, it'll also like have background processing, kind of taking into account the environment, and if it did need to make some sort of emergency maneuver, how best to do it without damaging the people in the car or the person.
But you got the situation Tom's talking about. Surely is something where the car didn't choose to be in the situation. Something's happened on the freeway. The artificial intelligent car, has been knocked off of the freeway and is now on a steep slope going down a hill. And there are only two paths. Path A is some pedestrians standing there looking at the lake. Path B is a brick wall which is certain death, and there are no other ways to turn.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say, yeah.
Which does it choose? Where does it get? Where?
Do you know what I think? I think they would decide who to save by programming in not morality, but who would sue them for the least amount of money.
That's the Google car right there.
Because it would be, would the
Don't
family
do
of the
evil,
people hit by
bollocks.
the car, would they sue for more? Or would the person driving the car have to have signed some kind of waiver, therefore just kill the person in the car and save the pedestrians that might take your company to court? Because
No one's going to buy a car that kills the driver.
I've got it. If it's
everyone has one right now.
No, well, yeah. But no one's going to.
But do you know what I mean? Like, it would come down to, I think, not necessarily morality, but rather what would be the most business sense.
Or, in the case of the Google car, it's how many Google apps they've got installed on their smartphone, just tallies them. Right, so that person's hooked into me
It'd be like-
10 times. Well, that person's only got a Gmail account.
Yeah, it'd be like,
Fuck him off.
this person in this car uses Google Docs, but that cunt out there uses Microsoft Word. Speed the car up.
Less of those kind of people in the world, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, none of those people that pay for their software, man.
Fuck that.
If you think of it sort of a little bit more simply, it's not about whether or not it kills either the driver or the passenger. What would end up happening is that it would calculate the odds and then choose the path based on the most likely survival rate. So, if, for
This is the
example,
thing about don't put proper AI in a car.
well, that too.
Yeah.
But the other
Put
side, of,
probabilities into it, and then it's not a morality issue at all.
yeah, it's
It's purely mathematical at that point, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, of course, if the car's really smart and it's got this scenario where yes, there's a road full of people or there's a brick wall. If it's really smart, it'll figure a way to flip itself so it hits the wall tires first.
Ah, so Indiana Jones AI.
Yeah.
that
Also,
would be the model I'd buy.
Sounds more
if
like
you-
Herbie the Love Bug at this point.
if you put proper AI into a car and all it has to do is drive,
It's going to drive at 30 miles an hour, or it's going to really it's going to make decisions on its personality. If it's got AI, it's got personality.
yes.
It will
doesn't-
drive
it
into the
doesn't-
wall
it
out of
doesn't-
boredom of its life. It'll be like, I
Or
could
it doesn't.
save
It doesn't
this
like
driver.
the. Or it
Don't talk to me about the M25.
Or it sees the people playing Pokemon Go and it hates Pokemon, so it goes for them or something.
Or could you imagine, like, you just happen to get up late for work one day and you're really late and like you need to get there quickly, but it just so happens your car's throwing a bit of strop. that particular day is having a bit of a
You
hissy
try and
fit.
rev your bike and just go, ha.
Oh god, no one will program a bike with Andy AI.
I would be downloaded into a bus.
Oh, could that be a train?
It's got to be said, if I did have an AI car, I'd insist it call me Dave.
No, I'd rather be a boat. A big one.
Thunder in Paradise.
No, fucking either a cruise ship or a freightliner. You know how much I'd scream as I was going through the waves?
Watch me get air off this freak wave, guys.
No.
Cool, I think that answers.
Upside down, help!
I think we've very concisely answered that question.
Absolutely. I gave you a thought experiment.
And we ended up with boats upside down.
We thought we tried our hardest.
Oh, brilliant.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
Not at all. Right, what we got, Greg? Greg.
So this is from the other pot.
Community chest.
Community chest.
Community chest. Chest.
Tits. Go on.
Hey! Captain Sickbeard.
I missed that.
Hey!
Wait,
Captain
right,
Sickbeard says, what could a fat guy do for cosplay?
Peter Griffin.
Oh, he could do the knight from Andy, the game.
That's simple.
with
Hagrid.
The three characters. Was it not Triumph? We played it a lot.
Trine.
Yes, you could play the knight from Trine.
Yeah.
See, I was just thinking Sonic the Hedgehog, Dr. Robotnik.
Oh well, or
I'm sorry.
the first Sonic.
What's that?
To be fair,
Yeah.
little pudgy
House
Sonic.
of Commons.
Everybody just had a nostalgia moment then.
What's the name of that robot? Big Number 9? No.
Number super.
Big fat
Big Hero 9.
Number 9.
Big
That's
Super Max.
Super 5? Super...
Big Hero 9?
Big Hero 6.
6.
Your maths is terrible.
Oh, is it Baymax?
Big
Baymax.
fat people can probably do the robot from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Marvin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heather's just pointed out Kingpin.
Kingpin would be very good, especially if you're bald.
Yes, especially. Sorry, Dom.
Just get a white suit.
Dom is incredibly not bald.
The baddie in Despicable Me 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
El Mariacho
Or just Gru, to be fair.
That was 2.
Yeah.
That was number 2.
So as long as you got skinny legs.
Oh, that was number 2. Gru wasn't fat. Gru was an odd shape, but he wasn't.
He was log shape. He had a huge chest and itty bitty waist.
And was quite.
okay,
and was
fair
And a
quite-
round
and
thing
was-
in your face.
as minions go ping. I watched the Minions movie recently. It's fucking awesome.
There's Chowji from Naruto, who turns out to be like a serious badass.
Uncle Iroh.
You could well do fucking Uncle Iroh.
That would be cool.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Or you could hide yourself and just do Totoro.
Yeah, you just got it in front of me. Oh. But the other one as well is you could do Hagrid from Harry Potter.
Well, yeah, but you'd also have to be exceptionally tall.
Yes, and beard. Oh, you can.
And Robbie Coltrane.
It's cosplay. You can put on whatever makeup you like.
You could
Oswald
tall.
Oswald motherfucking Cobblepot.
Yeah, they're called
Yes.
stilts.
Be the penguin.
Thomas the Tank Engine, the Fat Controller.
Yes, because the cosplay community really liked.
1967.
There's shit. That's just run away from me. Never mind.
I can give you.
I love that movie.
I can give you a complete tangent that's not related, but is cosplay.
Yeah, go for it.
The best cosplay I think it was at LFCC, was two people went around dressed as Bruce Wayne's parents.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then lay on the floor and pretend to be dead every time Batman cosplay went past.
Fucking
It's
wicked.
fantastic. The pictures are amazing.
That's commitment to a bit.
Absolutely.
It was genius.
There's loads. I mean,
Yeah, there's so
Hurley
many.
from Lost.
Oh, God, that's
That's easy.
Yeah, very obese.
That's easy. And I've probably got that costume.
Have you guys seen the video?
I'm not fat enough to be
Quite wear it on my day off.
Have you guys seen the video? It's an American cosplayer who does like the most amazing Peter Griffin. He doesn't cartoon it up at all. He just finds he's a big guy and he's just found the clothes and taught himself to do the voice. And he just walks around the cons being Peter Griffin. It's fucking phenomenal. Actually, one of the best cosplays I've ever seen.
It's incredible.
Heather's got another one.
The dude from the World of Warcraft episode from South
Park.
Well, somebody's cosplayed him as before and had a table with a computer and the little mouse and everything.
How do you kill something that has no life?
You could be comic book guy from Simpsons.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Or Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson, yeah.
Ever. So
I
basically,
reckon Homer Simpson's hard though.
Well, Homer Simpson would only be hard unless it's when him wearing a momo.
Oh no, but Homer Simpson's like being a Smurf. It's that's full makeup. For a fat
body
guy,
makeup,
that's
yeah.
hard.
or expensive. There's a lot of tricks in a fancy dress shop. Yeah. Or just one tin of Dulux.
It also depends on where the fat is as well. Because if you're a really thin guy and you've got one massively fat eyebrow,
yeah,
it's
very stone on the
Yeah.
cheeks.
pick a cosplay character.
But like, if you're one of those people, well, if you're one of those people that's just got like a really enormous ass, but everything else is just like proportionate. Ramsbottom from Despicable Me 2.
What's him?
I don't remember.
He was the Secret Service guy.
Secret Service guy.
Yes. Yes.
So it's about fitting your shape to the right character.
To the right obscurely drawn cartoon character.
No, it's not. Yeah. We would just say, I do not agree with your body should be exactly how you cosplay. You can cosplay whoever the fuck you want, no matter what size you are. I'm ignoring your comment of saying that you cosplay.
No.
Okay, so you're vetoing the question completely.
No,
you're saying that fat guy can be anyone.
You can be anybody.
Yeah.
He was asking the question of that, and we were going with that, and that's fine. But just
We're indulging the question.
We're indulging the question.
You can also cosplay anything the hell you want. Doesn't matter what size
Dom,
you are.
you can do anything. You're
cosplay
beautiful, baby.
You can cosplay Harley Quinn if you want
yeah.
in her skinny little short pants. Absolutely fine.
Give me a piece of paper.
Oh, okay. Let's go down that route.
Mankini.
What's the most inappropriate thing for Dom to do?
No. I'm not saying Dom's fat. That's not what I'm saying.
No, the most inappropriate cosplay thing to do.
A fat guy.
Right.
What's the most inappropriate?
For a fat guy to do.
Yeah. And I'll go to it LFCC next year. As it.
Paula is so excited for you to go to any cosplay as Krieger.
Yeah, so she can go as Pam as well.
Yeah. She wants the group to do an archer cosplay.
I mean,
I'll do that.
I'm definitely me. I will be in that.
Faces.
There are some. I saw a really good Mallory Archer.
Can I be Lana?
Yeah, I saw that.
I think. Sorry? You can be Lana. You can be Lana. Paula can be Pam. He can be Krieger.
Can I be
Cal with Mallory.
But Kel is actually Pam.
Kelly is actually Pam.
She is actually Pam. She's
Pam.
actually Pam. minus some tattoos and bare knuckle fighting with the Yakuza. She's Pam.
She could do that if she wasn't playing Pokemon Go, to be fair.
Sorry, can I just take it back to the most inappropriate cosplay for a large man?
Please.
Jessica Rabbit.
That's pretty good.
Inappropriate. That'd be fucking amazing.
It would be fun. Yeah, no, you're right. It'd be hysterical.
Valentine from Cowboy Bebop. Would be a good one.
I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop.
Then what the fuck are you doing with your life? Stop podcasting now and go and watch Cowboy Bebop.
I've only heard of it.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, no. I
Just see the look on Tom's face as he just unfriends us all on Facebook one by one.
Has anyone here? Has anyone here yet watched Stranger Things?
No.
Yeah, I've
seen
watched
it.
a couple episodes.
Ah, okay. I was gonna say like
Again, I've heard of it.
a fat man cosplaying as
Points
Elle.
to you.
Well, a fat man cosplaying as Bones would probably be inappropriate.
Bones.
Yeah, as in like death with like
Right.
all he is underneath the cape and the apron.
I think you've misunderstood cosplay.
Probably. Most likely.
Yeah.
Anyway.
to become the supernatural.
There we go.
Before we go in for that topic, I think we should open this other bottle.
Yeah,
Okay,
go for
go
it. Yeah, give us the pop and then pour it in the pour it in the teapot.
We're halfway.
Yay!
We're halfway on time as well. We're doing well.
So this,
we're just not halfway on topics. We're vaguely halfway on topics.
Oh, that's
Very
an interesting
nice.
pop, that one.
There you go.
It was definitely a pop.
I make no apologies for how drunk we're going to get.
What we got, Deola?
So we have one from Beth. Hello, Beth.
Is this drunk Beth?
Possibly.
Or not drunk Beth? How slurred is the writing?
Well, it starts with an SLRRR. No, it doesn't. No, it's from Beth and childhood obsessions.
Guinea pigs. when we got guinea pigs when I was a child, I went out my way to get every book I could on guinea pigs. I learned all about them. And my knowledge now consists of there are Abyssinian and yeah, no, I've got nothing. It's all gone away.
I misheard you for that. I thought you said they're all obsidian.
Made out of?
No, Taran dear, that was a rock.
Oh shit!
It was his pet rock. He took it on walks on a little string.
Would you like to
little
see my
googly
hamster?
eyes.
It's the boy with the small rock on the string.
That's right.
Hello, Taran.
His parents told him it was a hamster.
The one bit of knowledge I've retained is the Abyssinian guinea pig is the guinea pig that tends to have rosettes in its fur, or little whorls all over its body, and the Peruvians tend to be the long-haired ones. That's all I got.
The running wigs.
How's it squeak when you throw it at the wall?
Like this. Sorry, I probably spat all over your face then, sorry.
It's alright, my beard protected me.
Protected me.
Collected it for later.
Yeah, no, just other podcast spittle makes it shiny.
That's a horrible thought. Never say that again.
I don't know what I was obsessed with as a child.
I've spoken about being obsessed. Well, what did you want to grow when you? What did you want to grow when you grow up? What did you want to be when you grow up?
I don't think any of us have got there yet to know if we actually achieved that goal.
Not really, no.
Really?
But I spoke about how I wanted to be a paleontologist and then also an archaeologist. And I was mega obsessed with Egyptian history.
So was I. I also wanted to be an archaeologist and was obsessed with ancient Egyptian history and ancient Greek and stuff.
I
as a
adored the
kid
Egyptians,
of, like,
and I was well interested in dinosaurs too.
As a kid of like 6 or... Oh, there we go. Heather's just revealing herself and pulling out tattoos.
There was a tattoo I didn't spot.
It was a raw eye thing.
I noticed everything else.
Right.
It was
Eye of Horus. But yeah, as a kid of like 6 or 7, going to the British Museum and seeing like Ginger, the mummy they've got there, and all this kind of stuff. It was
Ginger?
Yeah, because he's got red hair.
Right, okay.
It's Ginger. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I've just remembered something that, well, I'm not sure obsessed is the right word. Maybe it is. I don't know, but something I used to draw a lot is if I was doing doodles as a kid and they were aliens, they're quite often aliens.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot. Yeah.
But they all had 3 eyes. All of them had 3 eyes. They all had 3 eyes on stalks like this, and they were just like they were almost like snails.
Like you wanted to go work for Pixar one day or something.
Yeah, I was going to say that's very Pixar, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ahead of your time.
Yeah, no, and because I was obsessed with 3-eyed aliens when I was very young, and I've got all these doodles, or there were all these doodles when I was a kid. When Toy Story came out, I mean, I was bought little 3-eyed aliens from Toy Story for way longer than I should have been. Because aunts and uncles and my parents and everyone knew that I liked 3-eyed aliens. I had a remote-controlled 3-eyed alien that had 2 other 3-eyed aliens that went behind it that were just magnetic. That there was a little train remote-controlled 3-eyed alien.
3-eyed aliens to the power of 3.
Yeah, 3-eyed aliens to the power of 3 conga line remote-controlled car.
Amazing.
I can't remember much else I was obsessed with.
The 2 other obsessions I really remember was so the toys. When it comes to toys, one obsession was I had the Ghostbusters tower building, and
I remember that.
And my mate had the Ecto-1. So when he came over to play while our parents got stoned, we'd take the 2, and the obsession was you take Ecto-1 and you just fuck it through those doors as hard as you can, over and over and over and over, and Will you fucking stop that already, boys? Sorry.
You're harshing my bus.
And over, and over, and over.
Actually, that reminds me, I was mega into Turtles. Like, insanely. Like, my cousins went out to America and they bought me a load of action figures from the States that you couldn't get in this country. And listening to podcast, Comedy Button, and they're big toy nerds. They know everything. They collect Toy Fair magazine and all that kind of stuff. And they're talking about action figures that I have. I've gone home. I can't find them anywhere, and it makes me so sad.
Oh, dude.
I've got like Donatello in a flasher jacket.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah. I've got the Batman. Is it the first one or the second one with Penguin in? It's the second Batman film, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got the penguins that have got missile launchers.
Oh, those are amazing.
Action figures. That's a stupid action figure. A penguin with a missile on it.
I don't remember having action figures. I remember having action figures. I remember having, like, things like Meccano or Connect or Tinker Toy or stuff that you made stuff out of. I don't really remember having action figures. I remember having like cuddly bears and.
I was obsessed with cuddly toys. I had like at least 200 cuddly toys because every time we went somewhere, we went and got a lot of our stuff from the charity shops, and I'd just decide some cuddly toy looked lonely and like no one would buy it. So basically, as a little kid, we'd always go home with more and more cuddly toys, and in the end, I had so many that they utterly covered my bed, and I just slept on top of them.
God, that's. This is a horrible sentence.
Then you
but
get
Bex, when did the joy inside you die?
When I discovered metal. But I've given away the last of my cuddly toys. I actually gave to the charity shop.
Beth
this
was
week.
like that as well. She had a hammock, and when I'm saying hammock, I mean a full size. Well, it would hold like a 12-year-old hammock. Hung in her bed, and we used to share a room in bunk beds in a tiny room that's about half the size of this shed.
Yeah.
Like
It was, wasn't it? Yes.
And this thing was piled high with toys. Like, it was bulking, and it used to take up the entire bottom half of her bed, and she used to sleep under it every single day.
Yeah.
Because how much room do legs need?
Well, it was less. When our parents came in to beat us with sticks, it was like a protective pillow, I guess.
Quick! Behind the teddy!
Mighty Max.
I used to love Mighty Max.
Mighty Max were like Polly Pocket, weren't they?
Yeah.
But just in skulls.
I had the skull, I had the werewolf, I had the
spider.
vampire, I had the mummy.
I had the big spider.
I had the spider.
So for
I think I only had the spider.
So for listeners at home who don't know what Mighty Max were, they were like
Polly Pocket.
They're pretty international, to be fair.
Is it international?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get Mighty Max in America.
Cool. In that case, if you don't know what Mighty Max is, fucking Google
off.
it. You lazy cunt.
Be older or younger as appropriate to know what our cartoons are.
I had all of the basics, bar two of them. I had a series of the minis, and I eventually got Death Mountain. Death Mountain. Eventually got Death Mountain. So I mean, there was a good half year there where most of my free time was spent turning all those Mighty Max things into video game levels.
Yeah.
I just played through bit by bit.
I had lots of. I don't remember having lots of Mighty Max, but I remember having lots of Micro Machines.
Micro machines are cool.
Micro machines are awesome because you go to boot fairs and there'd be families whose kids had grown up and didn't want their micro machines. So getting the tank, the tank that was the size of this laptop that unfolded, and then it was the big army thing of Micro Machines was awesome. But
I had shitloads of the Hot Wheels and the Matchbox cards. And
The ones that changed colour. The changed colour in water ones that they did with the matchboxes. Those are cool.
Well, one of those cars started my love for cars. And I do believe it was a Lamborghini Diablo.
Of course it was a Lambo.
It was a Lamborghini and his name was the fucking devil.
I would have to say that there are probably two things that I remember from childhood, which is probably more than I should probably remember. One of them is listening to a Walkman, Elvis Presley, and being obsessed with that for years.
I remember having
Tapes of Elvis Presley.
That's
were
pretty
brought
cool.
for me. And the other one thing is, have you ever seen the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
I
Every
decided
Christmas, every
Obsessions
Christmas.
movies. You have a very, very good point. It was the age of VHS. It was the recording, and it was my parents recording movies online.
Yeah.
I remember my first pirate videotape bought from a market stall, and I watched that shit to death.
Yeah.
because of that movie, I decided I want to shrink everything. So I went about finding things and ways that I could shrink things, and I found out that you can, if you put like 100 degrees, chip packet, it would shrink it.
Shrinky dinks.
Tiny little, cute little shrink
Shrinky
packets
dinks, yeah.
of
See-
chips.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is, I don't know if it is anymore, but it's one of the few movies that reliably made me cry every damn time.
Well, the giant ant dying.
Yes.
Oh, the giant ant
Every time the
dying.
ant died.
What did it
Like
fight?
more than
Was it
never-ending
scorpions?
story.
Oh no, that made me come.
So, can I just get a figure? When are we saying, like, childhood ends? Give me a...
Never.
My God, that sounded bleak, Heather.
Theoretically, or...
Forever and ever.
I think it ends on Sunday night and then it starts again on Friday.
Here to that. I'm there for time.
You don't work where I work. Childhood, nah, forever.
Oh, yeah, no, to be fair, I work in theatre.
I was colouring in this week.
Professionally colouring in.
Not professionally at all. I got it outside the lines a couple of times.
So if we were gonna pick an age, like this is kind of important to like my next obsession. Like what sort of age are we talking about?
I think it's sad because I think it's changed. I think the age is getting lower and lower and lower as where childhood ends.
I'd say probably.
No, it's because, to be honest, as a kid...
Teenagers are kids.
We expect them to behave like
but
adults
personally, I stopped being a child way too soon. Like, I think I just tried to be too adult way too early.
Oh, I mean, I shot up and then I hit
Yeah,
23 and
when-
regressed.
Yeah, no. I think this is where the whole
parabola.
like man-baby thing comes from. The man-child syndrome, if you're going to call it that, comes from the fact that we've all realised that, oh no, this shit's fun, and go back to it and regress a bit.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why everything has gone, like, loads of, like, retro game stuff's now back in. If you want to go buy,
Absolutely.
like, silly action figures and stuff from our childhood, they're now all worth money again, because everyone has just gone, like, right, we're grown-ups now, and we've got, like, this disposable income, let's buy all our toys back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
so it
have
doesn't
you noticed? You're right.
So it
in
doesn't
terms of in video games as well. Oh fuck, what's it called? A Resogun.
Resogun.
Yeah, sorry, Resogun. That's another one that I've noticed. That's kind of like a super duper uber rezzed up version of. And the other option I'm thinking is Titan Attacks, which is another redo of fuck.
Well, it's
Oh my god, hang on.
It's like
The
geometry
fucking games.
walls.
The little spaceship you got on the bottom, you shoot upwards.
Space
Space
Invaders.
Invaders,
Thank you.
yeah.
Both of those.
the first
I was just enjoying your confusion.
Resogun's kind of more like asteroids,
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
But
but-
it's sideways.
Yeah, but you can
go
turn
around the sign.
and-
No, but you go backwards and forwards.
but then you can turn and move.
Yeah, but you can.
Well, anyway, go
Anyway.
back to my
Your
original
argument
point.
isn't going anywhere.
If
It was an argument. It was a fact.
Your debate.
It was a debate. It was a
Are
fact.
we?
Your tangent.
Yeah, are we prepared
Tangent.
to agree that maybe childhood ends sometime
Fact.
after 12?
Yeah, I would.
I mean,
it
this room,
comes
no.
down to the situation that you're in, because childhood ended for me a lot younger than 12. But that was due to my situation.
That was due to my
That
uncle.
sounded like that was going to get really dark really quickly.
Everybody's
You
got
feel
one,
that going up your ass? Look, no. It has.
everybody's got one of those uncles. The petty uncle, you know. I've been told by Eddie Murphy this is true.
Gentlemen, we're not making light on child rape. I had to cut that out of last show.
It's not rape if they ask for it.
Well, okay, look.
Pullers.
Don't make me start.
All I was going to say,
Oh, okay.
is one of my obsessions was definitely wanking at one point.
At one point.
At one point.
Because that's changed.
At one point. Question mark.
Question mark.
Large question mark. Can't fit in this room a question mark.
Question mark full of cum.
Well, no, I mean, these days it's a balance between, okay, I actually fancy a wank, and
Going to work.
I think we've already proven it. He just creeps into my room, waits for me to have a wank, and then just puts his penis in place.
I don't think the age that kids are kids has necessarily changed. I mean, I look at my girlfriend's nephews, and they're various ages. I mean, Mikey is 7 and has just been signed to Arsenal, which is ridiculous.
What the fuck?
Like
that's absurd.
He's progressed through football so well that he's playing with kids 3 years older than him, and Arsenal Football Club have signed him. It's
fucking mad.
That's ridiculous.
Awesome and terrifying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's absolutely what it is. It's brilliant that his mum and dad have got their heads so screwed on about it.
Oh yeah.
He's the youngest of the three. Dylan is a very academic kid. He's about 10, I think. And the oldest one, Harry, he's a boxer, so he's getting into his boxing. He's flying out to Italy, and he's doing boxing matches.
Fuck, man.
Like, this family are ridiculous.
Overachievers.
Yeah, I was about to say the word
They're
overachieving.
making us look bad. We just do a podcast.
I still haven't achieved that
we
much.
do a podcast that's been fed by them, because this is Willet's.
Yeah.
Willet's barbecue that's over in Harlow. That is amazing food
Give
that
it a look.
we've all chowed down on, and it is fucking ridiculous food.
Absolutely testify to that. It's fucking amazing.
It's ridiculous food.
Tasty.
They've just reopened their upstairs, so we should try and make the trek at some point and go and chow down there all in person, because they fed us several times.
This issue of the Pot Topics podcast sponsored by Willet's Barbecue. Go to Essex, eat some meat.
It is very good. But I definitely
Call back.
I definitely look at Harry, and Harry is halfway through his GCSEs, and therefore he's 15,
Yeah.
and he's still a kid. He is right on the cusp, but
It's more like a young adult, or
no, I think young adult is he's just a touch off young adult.
yeah.
He's still a kid, just in the way he acts and the way he talks about things and life and whatever. But then young adult is an intermediary stage between kid and adult. So the idea of when kids stop being kids is as Gregg said, very, very situational. I'm not sure it's got any lower. In fact, I reckon it's got higher.
I think
I reckon that the situations are easier now.
I'm just sort of imagining, like, when I've got kids of my own, and like they're sort of hitting that age. It's like, okay, child, sit upon my knee. It's time to have a chat. You are now exiting childhood.
Be aware that Uncle Tom is not a good person.
You are entering now young adult. Be cautious, for that's where twilight lies, and you should turn from it at every opportunity.
You
For
should probably
twilight
be less
shall lead you
ambiguous in
astray.
giving them advice.
Don't grow up.
just for the listeners out there, the entire time he was talking about him having kids, we were all making really large faces.
No, me and Dee were talking about me giving birth to a facehugger. That was what me and Dee.
Oh, okay, cool. I was just making faces then.
Well, it's quite easy with a face hugger. You know when they go from childhood to adult, because that's when someone explodes.
Aww.
He's so cute.
So do we take it back to the topic quickly, or
I've forgotten it.
Childhood
Topic's gone, man.
sessions.
Topic's gone.
I liked tanks for ages.
Oh fuck, I've got one. Crossbows and catapults. Did anyone ever play that game? It's like a tabletop game where you had like little castles that had doors on them.
Yeah,
when you hit them with a piece from one of your crossbows or catapults, hence the name, they used to shoot the army men that you had on the top of the castle into the air.
Yeah.
So the
This
idea
sounds
was
fucking amazing.
it was like
Explain it.
Warhammer for kids.
See, I just had Mousetrap.
Whether she owns it.
Mate, I've still got my crossbows and
Excellent.
catapults.
Let's bring
Let's
it
get
round.
both copies
Let's get both
and
copies
have a
and bring it round
four-way battle.
and do it live.
Yes.
Fucking yes.
What the fuck was that? Screwball Scramble? Was that?
Oh yeah, no,
Scramble
Scribble
Scramble.
Scramble was awesome.
Scramble Scramble's good. Like if you want,
But it was
if you want to
solo.
bring Scramble Scramble round.
We've regressed. Anyway, Taz, what's the next topic, mate?
Cool. Next topic. You're right, Dom.
Captain Sickbeard, ladies and gentlemen. Right, Dom?
Captain Sickbeard asks, you are allowed to choose a superpower, but the host to your left gets to choose a flaw to having it. For example, the power of X-ray vision, but every time you use it, you shit yourself. Or you're immortal, but you constantly feel like you're getting paper cuts between your toes.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, I like that.
So let's start with you, Taran. What's your superpower?
Oh, what superpower would I prefer? I mean, I've always liked the idea of agility. Like, not necessarily speed, but just kind of being able to, like, get the fuck around at, like, breakneck speeds. And
Do you mean like Jumper?
Gracefully so. Sorry?
Do you mean like Jumper, like Nightcrawler?
No. I'm talking.
That literally means your superpower is motivation.
So basically, you don't want a bad back.
And his weakness to his left is a bad back.
No,
That would be you, Tom. Tom, you're on the left.
Yeah, so I said a bad back.
yeah, no,
Attention, Greg.
Yeah, but Diona was the one that came up with the idea of bad back.
And I'm stealing it.
yeah, no, I'm talking like preternatural agility. So, like, for instance, I don't know why this is the example that came into my head, but say you're on a sightseeing tour and you're in a cathedral and you go, "Ooh, that was like a really interesting stained glass window," but it's fucking 50 feet off the ground and you're up there in like 5 seconds.
So you want to be Alex?
Yeah, no, I'm still I'm still going to put your weakness as you've got a bad back the entire time.
Oh no!
I'll take it.
I reckon if his agility allows him to see things like from very high up, it's got to be crippling.
A vertigo.
Oh, actually, no. I revise. My power would be to induce orgasms. Basically, orgasmo, I guess.
Shyness.
Your weakness is
crippling shyness.
the opposite sex finds you sexually repulsive.
That's okay. I'm bisexual.
Damn.
Yeah,
Everyone
thought that
finds you
was-
sexually repulsive.
Go on then, Tom. What's your superpower?
My superpower is...
Fair enough. That's now your answer.
Me. That wasn't me.
I'll go for mastermind. So
You nearly made him vomit.
I've got a cushion underneath my chair, so it wasn't me because it was obviously somebody who
Whoever that
doesn't
was,
have
it was.
it was Taran.
I had vape in my mouth, and then it made me laugh, and it all nearly went wrong.
Just in case the microphone didn't pick that up, I did fart rather roundly and largely.
It's
The microphone
okay.
definitely picked it up.
Good.
Audacity has amplify.
If you'd have thrown up, I'd have laughed so hard.
I would have laughed while I was throwing up.
So Tom, your power would be super intelligence.
Super intelligence, the mastermind.
Cool. So I mean, it's not up to
The
me.
ability
Andy.
to solve every problem ever.
Andy.
Short-term memory.
Oh no, hang on a second. The difference between intelligence and being able to solve a problem.
Super intelligence. So we're talking.
Super intelligence. So you got super intelligence. Your Achilles heel is the ability to communicate.
Oh god, locked in syndrome. Locked in syndrome when you're super intelligent. I can solve every problem, but I can't communicate
I can
to
see
anyone.
it's all going wrong all the time.
Oh god, that's so dark.
Yeah, no, it's not locked in syndrome because you can still do shit, but you just don't. You haven't.
can't do anything right.
You can't communicate at all.
It all has to be solo. If you
Yeah,
need any
you
co-op
can do it.
kind
You
of stuff
can do it on your own. The pyramids are achievable, but on your own.
It feels like my
moon is
working week,
achievable.
to be fair.
But on your own.
Fair enough.
Andy.
What's your superpower then, dude?
I don't know. Like when it comes to the idea of superpowers and things like that, and genies and wishes and all of that sort of stuff, it's always been a toss up between with the genies and the 3 wishes. That's been easy because it's like, travel to any time and sort of like be any age.
Yeah.
Like go up and down in age sort of thing. And combine the 2 and that'd be awesome. Be able to travel for any time and be able to grow up and down and be any age and that'd be fine. But I don't know, if I had to choose one superpower, I've got a live a normal lifespan.
Time traveler then? Or?
No, I think actually I'd rather do a normal lifespan and just do shapeshifter.
Okay, so Bex, what's his weakness as a shapeshifter?
He can only transform into different types of fruit.
I mean,
Stop, bank robber! Why? I'm a banana! Alright.
No, sorry. Can
What?
I modify that slightly, Beck? So that obviously he's got the power to be able to change into any shape, but he can only hold it for like a minute or 2 before he then changes into a type of fruit.
No, I think you're being too nice, man.
No, it's fine. I can only change into a type of fruit. So,
You just relentless kiwi at you or something.
Someone pisses me off, I turn into the world's largest watermelon and just roll on you.
You found a workaround. That's a good workaround, man.
See, I quite like the idea of.
I just become a botanist who practices.
I am the dagger fruit. I stab you.
See, I quite like the idea that maybe like you shape change into someone in order to get into something, but you only do it for 2 minutes, and you're like, you need to do it before then, because if you hold the shape for like 2 minutes and they keep you talking, you'll just then turn into a pomegranate at some point, and then it gets really awkward.
I know. If you're talking about pomegranate and really awkward, it would turn into that video that's been memeing right now. That's that woman who's holding the flag up for being a feminist and touching fruit sort of inappropriately.
Oh yeah.
I love that video. Fingering fruit.
I love that video. It makes
Every guy nodded. Every girl sat there completely still. Feminist.
Bex, what would be your power?
I did have one, but then I stopped listening. I think that the most useful power, like, because normally I'd say like flying and shit, but that's just too obvious in how you could subvert it. But I think the kind of the power to sort of like put your will on others, so you could stop people being like fucking
So like
idiots.
David Tennant from
mind control, Purple Man.
Not like a horrible level of mind control, but just put ideas into people's heads.
Jesse from Preacher, like able to
yeah.
control free will.
Are we talking about sort of Leonardo DiCaprio and in what's it called? He did the beat.
Titanic.
No, he did the
The beach.
Inception? No.
There you go.
The Revenant.
Like you can accept people. You put your thoughts on people.
I just meant like I've forgotten the other superhero TV show that had it in, had a push it in that could push her thoughts onto others.
So Greg, every time
Star Wars. So Obi-Wan, just giving these
the
are not the
Force.
droids you were looking for.
I was going for a slightly more obscure reference to a TV show that got cancelled after
the
2
same-
series, but yeah, we'll go with that.
so Greg, every time she
Jedi mind trick.
Jedi mind trick.
every
go
time
with
she
that.
falls, Jedi mind trick someone, what happens?
Every time that she does a Jedi mind trick, she immediately becomes naked.
It is a flaw.
It's a good one, though.
I rarely get dressed, so I probably.
Like her, in other words, her clothes. Whenever she uses the power, no matter what the situation, her
Like a
clothes.
ping. And just
Can they do like like in anime where a monster puts their claws across you and somehow your clothes are utterly shredded but your skin is unmarked? Could they destroy that?
Hentai.
I think that's more along
Not
the lines
just
of.
hentai.
No, not just
Not
hentai.
just
I think
hentai.
that's more along the lines of monster porn.
So Greg, your power, mate.
I'm
picked
happy
it, mate.
with this power.
You picked it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't have to do any washing anymore, and I can control people. Awesome.
Mate,
And you can make them buy clothes for you.
Yes!
yeah, exactly.
They can just, the first thing I'll tell them to do with the Jedi mind trick is buy me new clothes.
Be like, I need this exact outfit.
Okay, I would have to say that my ultimate superpower would probably be the ability to absorb any skill that a person has.
So you're going for the rogue shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, heroes.
Yeah,
Very
so,
heroes.
for example,
For the series.
I meet
Everything else is
somebody, say I meet Francesco Polini from Flesh God Apocalypse. I'm like, I really want to learn the drums and be as good as he is. Beep.
Do you take it from them or do you just copy it?
Copy it.
Copycat.
Not,
Okay.
Not take, because that's wrong. Copy.
okay.
So
Okay.
So, Dylan, what's my flaw to this?
He can name do it
Go on,
in front of
Dale.
a small duck.
That whenever you would do that, you'd forget at least one basic skill. One really, really
that'd be
basic
amazing.
skill.
I
So-
can
so-
drum fucking shit ton, but
but-
can't
but-
tie my shoes.
But you've forgotten how to walk. or I can't blink.
Yeah. I don't know how buses work anymore.
Yeah.
I like the way that's one of your basic skills. They're like walking and blinking, and you're like, how buses work. That's a base human skill that anyone needs to know to survive in the jungle.
London commuter.
They don't know how buses work, man.
So they're
No, but I just like the idea of him like putting drumming in place of that. Like, it's hard to put drumming in place of blinking, but like getting to work. Having his drum kit just along the road to work.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there'd be no way of knowing which, like, basic life skill you'd forget. So for instance,
Skill
say,
roulette.
It can't be so. Surely it can't be so basic that it's going to be breathing or memory or something.
no,
Not
but,
life-threatening at all.
No, but how about this, right? You decide you want Ron Jeremy's power to get erections on command and then to come on command. So you touch him, you copy that, but you forget how to blink.
Yeah, but that's. I think blink's a bit too.
Let's take it
integral to being
no, no.
alive.
You forget how to
Let's
do
take it
scissors or
back to
something.
his
Yeah,
original.
Scissors is a good example.
If you forgot to blink, you just have to wet your eyes every now and then, so you'd have to carry around and squeeze.
Oh, that'd be
I mean, you know, the thing is, something like that, you just need
But that
to
makes you
relearn.
disabled.
No, you can't relearn it.
Okay,
You've already-
no.
you-
No, you may have forgotten the skill, but you can relearn how to use it.
You could just relearn it of someone else.
Yeah, you'd have to relearn stuff, but then you'd forget something else. so, now I've got back to blinking. How do my thumbs work?
You'd have to learn loads of useless skills and then hope those were the ones you lost. So he'd spend his entire life learning how to like play really obscure instruments and how to like write calligraphy and things like that you wouldn't need on a daily basis, and then probably end up only being able to do those things and not brush his teeth.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Taking it back to his original thing of absorbing the ability to be a death metal drummer, the ability to hold on to anything. So you had the ability to play the drums, but couldn't because you can't hold on to
No, you
drums.
just have to figure out how to do it with your hands instead.
But see, that would go sort of against the ability to use
That's
this
not
skill.
life-threatening.
No, but it's against the ability, so you're learning
That's
to
not.
use that skill.
No, you know exactly how to use it.
Yeah,
you just
you
can't.
That would really
Tell you
suck.
what,
So now we're just
Diola.
being pedantic.
Diola, well
I'll
done.
tell you what, talking about being pedantic, it's exactly like this. Someone at work today, they came into work. I work at a council, so I deal with registering people for council tax. It's a really boring tangent, but I'm going to go for it for 10 seconds. They came in to get registered for council tax because they were a half American, half Puerto Rican couple, married, and they wanted to get a bank account. To get a bank account, you need a council tax bill to prove where you are. They came in because they were living in Kansas City and they needed a bank account. They showed me the thing. I registered them for the council tax. It was absolutely fine. But
no.
Bye thoughts. It's got to be said, Greg. If that was your superpower and the cost it wrought upon you, I think your name would be Quick, Clever, Useless Man.
It's okay. Beth last issue lost the plot 4 times in total, or was it 3?
I did see the WhatsApp saying someone should get Beth drunk. I'm just going to go get Beth drunk.
That's your superpower.
Here's the Beth drunk.
I'll see you there.
So let's move on then.
So yeah,
Cheers.
Dayola.
Day.
What's your superpower?
I've always quite liked the whole Bernard's watch time-stopping bollocks.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right.
That's a good one, man.
Wicked.
Greg,
okay.
What's the weakness?
So
Greg, what's the witness?
No, it's me. Every time you stop time, and while throughout the period that time is stopped, you cry cum.
That'd be so awkward, because any time that I'd unfreeze time, what's the matter with you? Don't worry about it, mate, don't worry.
I mean, also, you wouldn't be able to do anything while time was stopped, because cum really stings.
It does, doesn't it? Pardon? Okay.
Wicked.
Silence as everyone pretends.
And
What's your superpower?
mine was preternatural
You've already done one. No, you
agility.
have already done one.
However,
Dom, well fucking done.
Yeah, thank you for that. That was
What an
bloody
amazing
wicked.
topic. That was awesome.
However, it's got to be said, like Andy, you suggested at the time. I mean, the superpower I think about most is actually shortwave teleportation, like being able to like pop, like Nightcrawler style.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went with preternatural agility.
To be fair, like I thought flying, Bex thought flying at some point.
That's human nature. It's hardwired.
It's the most natural superpower to go to.
Do you know what?
That
And we
invisibility
avoided it.
and all that.
Do you know what? Being in the process of writing Tim, I've encountered a lot of the pitfalls that come with flying in a real context.
Watch this space, listeners.
Watch the space!
More marketing. Right, so one from the hot pot, one from the hosts. Oh, it's one that we've only written out today.
One bit of dead hair, the deadies. Ooh, the deadies. Yeah, that's so dead.
I believe Taran is now drunk.
No, I'm just excited.
Okay, so this topic is from Heather that she wrote only today
Fancy paper.
on fancy paper. Can you hear it?
Ooh.
Look how thick. Look at the fucking thickness.
I can hear it. I can hear the fanciness of the paper.
Right. So Heather says,
There's a lot of words.
there are a lot of words. Let's see if
They're
they
very
make sense.
small.
You are given the chance to go back in time to before Facebook was invented and become stinking rich. What would you name Facebook, knowing how popular it will become?
Is
Tom,
this
you're
assuming? Is
I
this
rewrote this like 3 times, and that was really the worst one I rewrote, but it was the one I put in. Basically, you're given the chance to go back before Facebook was invented to invent Facebook.
You're live rewording a topic.
Yeah. Basically, you're only allowed to go back in time to invent Facebook before it happens, so you can become stinking rich.
MySpace Tom was a cunt.com.
Yeah.
and this is assuming that whatever
So
you name it
we're
won't
just-
affect its popularity.
No, yeah. it
So
won't affect popularity.
Facebook is
It's
exactly the same.
going to be as popular as it is. What
It's
would you call it?
It's
instead of
basically
Facebook?
exactly the same as it is, but we're just changing the name
Yeah.
for funsies.
And you'll get rich.
And
That's
and-
easy. Biffinsbridge.com.
Oh, no.
You already had your chance. You already had your chance.
Get
you
it
already had
right.
your chance.
No, get
You
it
already
right.
had your
It's
chance.
not biffinsbridge.com, it's biffinsbridge.net.
Yeah, but it's Facebook.com, so you know.
It's a network.
I'd call it a shit bucket.
All I've got around in my head is
Cunts you
pockety
forgot
snack.
from... Cunts you
Oh,
forgot
go on,
from
mate,
school.
mate.
So
Add me on
we're
poverty.
talking. We can name it anything, and it will be as popular as it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name it Bjorn fucking Matt up the arse.
Okay, so there's
It's
2 of our
catchy.
friends having sodomy, love.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Massively.
best of that.
I've always said that if I won the lottery in my grand mansion with all the lands that go around the house, there'll be a maze, and in the middle of the maze there'll be a statue of Bjorn fucking Mahub the Elf. I have promised them both that. So that's what I'd name that. If I had the opportunity to go back in time and do that to Facebook, that's what I'd name it.
Beautiful.
I might call it MySpace can suck my taint.com.
But if you've renamed it,
Suck my taint, suck a taint.
Suck 18. But does anyone know what my okay, yeah.
But yeah, because MySpace predated by a good few years.
MySpace was so just a tad too complicated for people, wasn't it?
And also
Too many options. Yeah.
It was too
You could
free.
program shit.
Were any of you
Yeah,
on
too
Face
complicated.
Party? Face
Yeah.
Party predated that shit by
Friendster.
years.
Vampire Freaks.
Vampire Freaks? Hell yeah! Oh my god, the amount of URL.
There's still that shit going on. Vampire Freaks still run events. Like, it's still going.
Cool.
I can't believe that.
Yeah,
what?
but
Good.
surely it's just like music. Like music doesn't die.
Oh, guys, I've got it. Guys, I've got it. Guys.
URL does.
Guys, I've got it. Guys, I've got it. Guys, I've got it. Guys, I've got it. I've got it. Guys, I've got it. Chum slum.
Actually, I really like that.
That's far more
I can't-
catchy than the name I was going to come up
Chum
with.
Slum is awesome.
I
See,
can't really be bothered to hang out Chum Slum.
I think we may have a title for the podcast.
I don't think I can really compete with that name, but I was going to call it Acquaintance and Possible Booty Call Stalker.
I really like how articulated that name was. How elongated.
It's just accurate.
Yeah.
I think it's more accepting of what it is, because most people, they are not friends with the people on Facebook. They are people that they either have met once or they want to shag and they want to go look at pictures of them from the past. That is it.
Plenty click.
Well, sorry. So what you're talking about is acquaintance on wankbank.com.
Wankbang.com would be amazing.
Oh my god, can you imagine? At the end of a club night, oh yeah, add me on Wankbank, yeah?
It's way more fucking honest. And be on Facebook, I'm not even ever going to look at your face or a book or talk to you. But we on Wankbank would be much more just appropriate.
You're either someone I've met or someone I'm going to fantasize about.
Quick question. In going back in time to do this, does it have to be before it actually happened, or can we go back to a time, raise it ever happened, and do it at a later date?
You're just
What?
getting too complicated now, man.
Well,
You are absolutely getting too
for instance,
complicated.
like if
You're
we go,
replacing. The question says you're replacing Facebook with
Yeah,
something
You just
else.
get to name
With the name.
Facebook.
You get to name
That's
Facebook.
it, man.
Facebook's the same thing as it is right now. It's as popular. You're just changing the name.
Well-
what are you changing the name
well,
to?
what I was thinking, like if you could go back in time a couple of years where domain names like the dots diversified considerably.
Where they were
recently.
And yeah, Facebook just
back
didn't
in-
happen until then, and you started it. I'd probably just call it friends, memes, bullshit, puppies.
Kittens.
Oh, or dot guru.
Oh, gurus.guru.com.
Gurus, guru.
Gurus.guru.
Gurus dot guru.
Friends.fake.lie.
I'm more popular than yeah.
Was that your topic?
No, it was Heather's.
Tom, I've got to bring it up
did you
again.
Pulled it out, yeah.
I believe it's your turn now.
Yeah, so it's me.
Tasty chest.
That's what I asked.
Yeah, Tom, I know I bring it up about every 6 months, but I still reckon, like,
Gurus.guru.
no, I still reckon we should have gone with dickhead.solutions.
Dickhead.solutions was such a good URL that I thought, no, let's go with pottopicpodcast.com.
Okay.
Dickhead.solutions was ideal. It was so good.
I still really like gurus.guru.
They're all good names.
You're taking one for the community chest and you're really dragging this out.
Well, no, I'm just looking at them, and there are several different types of topic.
Yeah.
There are yellow ones.
Yellow ones are the
Yellow
ones that
ones
have come out
today's
today,
Some
like
must be
literally
red.
printed and cut today.
Right.
Close
As in
your
they came
eyes.
out of the printer.
Yeah, I literally printed them out today.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, just for clarification, are we settling on chumslum.com?
I think chumslum.com
How
is
do the yellow ones that
perfect.
come out of the printer look the oldest and horriblest?
Because they're yellow.
Go for a little
Are
one.
they just...
Just pick
Just
one.
pick one.
While Andy is taking the opportunity to sort out the next topic, I'm gonna quickly step in with another story from Boom that we didn't have time to include,
Go for it.
which is Gregg being the shittest Australian ever.
Oh, it's too. Oh my god!
Oh my- It is a good story.
I've lived in this country for 4 years, getting acclimatized to the cold, wet weather.
Yeah, but you've complained when no one English has complained.
Oh, other people complained.
I've lived in England my
They did.
entire life. The heat was fucking beautiful. You're Australian. You should fucking love it.
So what happened at Boom
Well, I didn't like it in Australia. So.
is most of
Hence
the
I'm in
time we
England.
were there, Gregg, the Australian, complained about the heat.
It was hot.
Constantly. Yes, it was, mate, and it was nice. It was manageable because there's a fucking lake.
I'm just not
Taz.
used to that.
Yes.
I will say, the day you got back, we went outside, we had a smoke, and
God, it was so good.
you looked at the sky, and it was grey and bleak, and you went, oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I had a right hissy fit on the plane
Why is that?
because it was cloudy.
I landed and instantly put my hoodie on when everyone was running around in t-shirts and stuff. And Taz's like, it's nice weather. I'm like, no, it's not. It's fucking freezing. Wow, we need to go back to Portugal. It's horrible.
It was just lovely. seeing Taran go,
Hang on a second. You guys basically just didn't stay in Portugal for long enough because me and Paula flew back 3.5 days later than you, and it was hotter in England than it had been in Portugal.
yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
wow.
It was 32 yesterday.
Next topic.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Subtle.
Printed one.
I excel at it.
Yeah.
Printed yellow
Wicked, what we got?
Yellow-
Oh, is this the monster topic?
absolute grime.
That's who it's from, and that's the topic.
Is it? Is it? I thought it was from listener Dan.
It is Ozzie Dan,
It's Aussie
as in
Dan.
Australian Dan.
Aussie
From
Dan.
New Zealand.
It says,
As in-
it says Aussie Dan there.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
So it's from him.
it's from him.
Cool. Hello, Aussie Dan.
Right.
No,
Sickbeard.
okay.
No.
So, what has been your best, worst New Year's? I mean,
Every one of them.
Not every one of them.
In equal quantities.
I got stabbed
simultaneously.
on a New Year's.
Oh,
You got sorry, what was it? Stabbed.
Yeah, but I'm going to say it's not as bad as it sounds.
Right, okay.
when you say stabbed, do you mean drunk?
No, I mean like stabbed with like a modelling scalpel,
as in poked,
as in poked and
Yeah,
then bled
poked.
a lot.
Right.
But
like Gregg
it was
poked a rock.
It was the year 2000. Yeah, no, that's right. It was the year 2000, and at that age, I was 15. I wasn't quite old enough to go off and have my own New Year's party, but I wasn't quite young enough to go to whatever the family was doing. Although I did go to what the family was doing, and that was hanging out, and that was hanging out with my mum's friends, which happened to be all my primary school teachers, because she went to go work in my primary school after I'd left.
It's in the year 2000.
I went upstairs,
hanging out with my
And there was-
mother's.
and I was hanging out with my primary school and secondary school friend, Billy, and we were watching Austin Powers.
Oh shit! You told me this.
We were playing Tenchu on the PlayStation, and at one point we got a little bit too drunk, and we were playing around with a scalpel, and he accidentally stabbed me in the arm. And it didn't really hurt. It was like a scalpel. I was drunk as well at the age of 15, so it wasn't that bad. But it wouldn't stop bleeding. So I went to the bathroom to try and stop it bleeding. Thought I'd stopped it, and then used like a flannel to kind of like try and wipe away some of the blood. And then I stained the flannel. And then I stained the hand towel. And then I stained the regular towel. and then I've covered this entire bathroom in blood before I know it.
As you do.
And I've had to go downstairs and go,
It sounds
It's
like
not
you're having
big
a
deal.
shower. I always remember you having a shower and carrying
and there's
the-
water everywhere. Yeah, you know, that's kind of that, but with blood.
Yeah.
And had to go down and say, Happy New Millennia, I've covered your entire bathroom in blood. Enjoy.
So I'm pretty sure my second favourite New Year's happened at the Sawmill, but I don't really remember it. I just remember having a lovely time. I think my favourite New Year's was
Which
actually...
one was that?
Good question, Andy. Good question.
Were
remember.
you on like video link with people?
No.
Was that the one we went? We went out and you didn't.
No, it was one of the ones where people were there,
I there?
which I think there was either two or three, but I can't really remember.
Was I there?
I don't know.
Okay, so your favorite one was the one with you.
No, that was my second favourite one.
Your second favorite one was the time you.
I just remember having a very good time. My favourite one was actually probably the Millennium, which was me and my dad sitting in. We put the shit on TV and there were fireworks, and it was just me and him sitting in the room, just going, "What a load of bullshit! It's just another year." And I enjoyed that so deeply. It was like, I mean, you're talking about the most cynical New Year at the most joyous time. That it was just, it was so up my alley. So up my alley.
Yeah,
and I loved it to pieces.
I do agree with you and your dad that New Year's is a massive hooray! It's tomorrow.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. That's exactly it.
But give me any opportunity to have a stupid party.
Oh yeah, no.
I have had
absolutely.
bigger parties for less.
Wait, you had a party because the bands got announced for Creamfields.
Oh,
Yes,
don't.
I
couldn't go to work.
Don't.
You had a party because the lineup got announced for a festival.
And that girl lost 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Because that party lasted for 9 days.
10 days.
10 days.
days.
So,
This-
sorry, I apologise. 10 days. Somebody moved out.
Yeah.
Like, I have definitely had parties for less.
Yeah.
Just to get back to your point.
Yeah.
there.
To be fair,
there have been parties for less. I mean,
the Creamfield announcement party spurred on the 10-day binge
And you're
between myself and Sam. That means I can no longer drink Fossie Jacks.
It's okay.
And your mum.
And somebody called my mum because they were worried. It was fantastic.
No, apparently you asked them to.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
you asked them to.
Yes, I did.
You asked
You actually asked for help to go,
And you
someone needs to
used-
stop this, call my mum.
Yes, yeah.
And you used to be so proud about drinking Frosty Jacks that you stopped for the poto.
Oh, with the Fawsey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was mid-flow.
So anyway, getting back to New Year's.
So New Year's is another one. I remember. I don't remember too many New Year's as standing out as being the best or the worst. Really, I don't. You know, New Year's parties have always been a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the best one that I can remember has been going to Brixton. We did drum and bass. We did 10 hours of drum and bass.
The octopus were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Yes,
shit.
yes it was.
Dude,
I
yes, it
missed
was.
that. I'm so angry.
So
Yeah, me too.
that may have been your tote.
Actually,
like,
dear
while we're
alert.
there, but it's not going to be mine.
Andy
Like Andy C.
That was pretty fucking shit hot.
Andy C. for New Year's was all the way there. Like, or no, it wasn't Andy C. It was Ram Records. It was Ram Records in general. But Andy C. being there, like that was my first New Year's with my girlfriend.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That was my first New Year's kiss with her. That was absolutely awesome. My worst.
believe it.
I remember going to a New Year's Eve party with my parents where me, my mum, and my dad were all dressed as Millennium Bugs. and that was
You would have been
that
like
was
14 at that point.
you're being kind.
Really? 15?
I was younger.
Yeah, alright, 13. Okay.
I was 87. Yeah, I was 13.
Fuck, yeah, you're the same year as my sister. Yeah, 13. But anyway, go on.
Fair play.
Carry on.
But yeah, now I remember going to that party and being dressed as a Millennium Bug, and because, as you said, I'm the same year as your sister, but I'm like not the same year
Around
at
the
school.
same age, yeah.
And it was a very scout orientated party. So
of course, because your parents are involved in the scouts.
My parents were involved with the scouts and all the rest of it, and so.
I don't think I've
did your
ever
brain
had.
go to a black hole again?
Sorry?
Did your brain go to a black hole again?
No, I literally just paused and jumped in.
I'm jumping in. I don't think I've ever had a worst. I don't think I've ever had a worst New Year's. Purely because I treat New Year's as in the same way I treat my birthday. It's just another way of marking time. So I have no expectations for it. Like whatever happens, I really don't give a shit. However, Deola, you bringing up the octopus, that night was actually probably the best New Year's I ever spent.
Oh,
Because
fucking
a good time, a good portion of it was spent in a ball pit. The other bit was the octopus. Look at the octopus, and yes, what you guys were just miming. The invisible make-believe pool game was fucking amazing. So
I forgot that. You fucking
so on this
remembering that
on this night after we'd done the octopus, after we'd done the ball pit, that we would on the level below, and I offered D out on correct me if necessary, Hunt, but I offered D out on a game of imaginary pool. And so, like, we started doing the motions, like, not holding cues, just, like, pretending, and
it was exactly like pool, but there just happened not to be balls or sticks.
which was fun enough by itself, but things started ramping up when people started sitting on the table and
watching.
No. Where it started, like, where that started, is someone sat down on the table, we asked them to move, so that we could carry on playing pool. So they started watching us playing imaginary pool and started calling the shots for us.
Yeah.
And then
that was a clear highlight.
And then when it was decided that you won, Deola, people applauded. also that night, I will freely admit that I alone was doing drugs. And
Don't laugh.
And there was one point where I bought a pill that I knew was particularly powerful, and I went into the toilet. It's like, okay, I don't need to get properly fucked up anymore. It's the end of the night. I'm just gonna take a little nibble of it, just to carry me through. And there was a guy in the toilet. He was just lurking for whatever reason. So I took the nibble. No, actually, I did take the nibble first. I said, dude, I'm only going to do a small bit of this pill. Do you, like, want some of it? And he just went, fuck it, it's just a pill. I'll do the rest. No, are you sure? Like, these are love hearts. These are pretty strong pills. Fuck it. And then he told me about he gave me his drugs credentials. So, well, okay, fair enough. Well, I'll take this quarter.
I am awesome.
Exactly. So I nibbled off my quarter, and then I just gave him the rest. Half an hour later, when we were leaving, I walked back into the toilet, and he was still in exactly the same place, basically melting.
Oh no! I made a mistake.
And I just said, "Are you alright, dude?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, that pill was, that was pretty strong." So, yeah, I did say, that was fine. That was a fantastic New Year's. But yeah, like I said, I've never had a bad one because I have no expectations. I simply don't care.
And Taz is the only person that's ever done drugs around this table.
Andy, I'm going to cut you off because we've got people who haven't spoken yet. Beck's best, worst New Year's.
I've actually told stories from both my best and worst New Year's already on the podcast in previous.
Oh, they just weren't framed.
So people are going to have to go back and listen to previous ones.
Did you explain them as New Year's things at the time? Or
They were
just
drunken
parties?
party stories.
Okay, cool. So
They're already...
Oh,
Sorry.
so Beck's what is it? The fucking
the reorganization of some girls' shelves. Was that New Year's? Like
That was pulling the model that everyone else wanted in the entire house. That was a New Year's.
all your girls are belong to Beck's.
Yeah, that was a New Year's. And one of the stories from the worst one was the one where I thought I was a bitch and had kicked someone's door down. Then it later turned out I was trying to help someone. That was another New Year's. So yeah,
Listen back to every issue that Beck's has been on.
Yeah, if you want to hear stories of drunken nonsense, then there.
Cool, Greg.
I've already done it, man.
I can actually combine the two.
Yes. Let's hear it.
So, me as a budding teenager, not quite a teenager yet. I think it was 95 New Year's was my first sexual experience on New Year's.
95?
95.
4.
Yeah, what you like? No, because he's slightly older than me.
No, it must be 96. 96. 12.
12. Okay, yeah.
So that was the really highlight of the night. That was awesome. The only issue with that is then I get arrested like an hour later for being horrendously drunk and being picked up by the police and then being thrown into juvenile jail for the night because I was just so drunk I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And then just the utter disappointment in my parents' face at having to pick me up from the police station still haunts me to this day.
I love the fact we've got a bogan mate.
Yeah.
Like a mate that's so Australian, Australians disown him.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Greg, you've just, it's not even my best or my worst, but it's a fantastic story from a New Year's party. It was at my mate Chris's house. Big rich boy. Didn't play up to it, but he was big rich boy. Everyone was over there at his parents' house for the party, and dude from another school, Randy, he was there, and he was just fucking laying into this bottle of absinthe.
Absinthe. I love some absinthe. I love me some absinthe.
And at this point, I think we're 17, 18, that sort of age. But he's laying into it before midnight strikes. He's been loaded into an ambulance because he's gone full on paralytic. Like there's no communication. There's no reaction. He's got a heartbeat. He's not throwing up, but he's got a heartbeat. People had to call an ambulance, and we helped the paramedics load him into the van and drive him away. 3 hours later, I go back outside for a cigarette, and oh fuck me, Randy, what are you doing here, mate? It's like, well, I mean, I got in the ambulance. Like, people put me in the ambulance. I think I woke up. I woke up at some point. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I threw up. I kept throwing up, and then they got me to the hospital. They got me to St Mary's down the road, and then I was still throwing up, and then I kept throwing up, and then they tried to pump my stomach, but I was still throwing up. So I kept throwing up, and they couldn't pump my stomach because I was still throwing up. And then at some point I asked for some water, so they gave me some water. And then I had some more water, and then I realised I was alright and I wanted to go back to the party. So
This is at Chris Marshall's?
Yes. So
I remember Randy turning back up.
No, it's alright. No one cares about Chris Marshall.
No, absolutely no one does.
So basically what happened, and to be fair, from Chris's house to Queen Mary's,
that's a while.
Yeah, no, he walked back.
Did he walk back? Did he get a taxi? I mean, he was paralytic. I remember.
It doesn't matter. Either way, he was back within 3 hours, and I found him out in the smoking area going, dude, I kept throwing up, and then I stopped throwing up, and then I kept telling him to give me water rather than pumping my stomach, and then I walked out, and I decided to come back. So, can you pass me some vodka, please? Fucking Legends.
So I remember a couple of things about that party.
That is absolutely wrong, just so you're aware.
Oh,
You
no,
should
it's
never
perfect.
drink to that sort of standard.
Oh no, that's perfect. If you can keep going after being dragged to hospital, that's legendary status.
Of
It
course,
is.
of course.
So I seem to remember a few things about being at Christmas marshals, and I hope they're all at the same party, because I don't actually think they were ever went to Christmas marshals like more than once. But I remember dragging everything in the garden into one pyramid.
Yeah,
Like we took all.
I
the
don't
garden,
remember that.
We took all the garden furniture and piled it up. I remember. Her name was Lisa or something. The girl that was very, very upset that he'd passed out. That Randy had passed out.
Right.
Leaning over him.
Yeah.
And being very upset. And then after he'd left, I remember immediately deciding that I was going to crook every painting. I crooked every painting in the house. Because Christmas Marshall's house had a lot of paintings. There are paintings everywhere. I crooked them. I crooked every one of them.
But yeah.
And then I decided that I was also going to open every drawer.
You just reminded me of something. I'll do that later.
Which I decided to crook every painting. I decided to open every drawer. I decided to take the cutlery drawer.
So you're just a poltergeist.
I decided to be a cunt.
A drunken poltergeist.
Poltergeist, absolute cunt.
I was being
All the
polite.
way. Yeah, absolutely you were. And
I tried, man. I tried.
You are famed for being polite, and it's not always
Brutally
necessary.
Really fucking polite.
So I put the cutlery drawer, like the thing, like up on top of it, on top of the cabinets, and then we all woke up in the morning, and I remember standing on his face. Like, because I had to get over the room and I had to get onto the coffee table, and I fell onto Chris's face. So I stood on his face, and he wasn't happy about it. He just
No.
Well,
Fair enough.
you'd think he wasn't happy about it, but he just had a piercing in his lip. He really wasn't happy about it. And then we walked from his house, and we were going to go get bacon sandwiches. Actually, we were going to go get bread. So we went to the bakery, and then we thought, nah, we won't just get bread. We'll just walk on and get bacon sandwiches from the cafe. So we walked to Five Ways,
Oh, fuck yeah.
and we got bacon sandwiches somewhere, and then we walked to Five Ways, and because he wanted to go to Five Ways to get something for his piercing, and it was just the way I watched him eat a bacon sandwich for about 1 million years, because he just had a piercing in his lip, and he just sat there for 1 million years going, oh yeah, I really want a bacon sandwich because I'm really hungover. Oh no, it hurts. In and out for forever. So we went. So after 1 million years, we left the bacon sandwich shop and we went to Five Ways. And we got to Burger King because we had this lovely idea that we were going to order milkshakes, and they didn't have any because Burger King was broken. So we went.
Just generally broken. It needed a reset. You had to turn it off and on again.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Put in a reboot floppy disk or something.
Absolutely, Burger King was broken.
That's how Burger King works,
At
isn't
Five
it?
Ways, I live at Five Ways now. Burger King occasionally, Burger King isn't there anymore, but
That's how broken it is. They've
Yeah,
had to
it's
uninstall it.
it's
They
completely
removed
gone.
that Burger King.
They
It's so
uninstalled
broken.
it and installed a Star
Well,
Wars.
it's where the
Yeah, I know that Burger King very well.
yeah, it's gone.
It was right next to my ex's house.
So after not going to Burger King, we went to the Shell garage and bought Yop. So we bought yellow Yop, and then we walked up the road after Chris getting a piercing, and we sat on the swings, and we all sat on the swings with a hangover after eating a bacon sandwich, and we all threw up.
Bex, what have you got for us, darling?
See, sorry, just very quickly. My other memory from that party, was bedding down in a 2-person sofa bed with 4 people. Now, 2 of the people, there were so many people. Two of those people decided to get it on, but they did it over. They did it over my mate Becky, and I was.
Your mate Becky.
I was on the other side. Now, I was aware that they were getting it on, and I also really wanted to get it on. However, the only person I had to get it on with was my mate Becky. And this was frustrating because that was not going to happen. I had no intention of doing that whatsoever. It was, I needed to fuck something that night, and there was nothing.
Cool, sorry, bro.
Oh, boy, did it.
Anyway,
Bex, go on. Sorry, teenage problems.
Yeah, you make out that's just teenage, but we know this is just your general weekend.
It never happened to me since.
I've told various stories from New Year's Eve and stuff and previous drunken stories, but there's 2 that come to mind. One, I was at a party and there was a beautiful girl. It was actually someone else's girlfriend, and I'd had a really, really shit few months, and I had a bottle of Smirnoff Red Label, and I'd been drinking this vodka out the bottle and was very, very drunk, and then started sharing this bottle with this beautiful girl, and we were both drinking out the bottle, and because we were passing this bottle between us, we got closer and closer and closer together until we were like about an inch apart. And just as we were about an inch apart, and part of me kind of looking at her thinking how beautiful she was, she just looked at me and went, "They'd never let me dress the way you do at school." And I moved backwards. The speed I moved backwards and sobered up was so incredible, because I was about 18 and she was like...
God.
She was like 15 basically, but she was dating an 18-year-old who was being very responsible about such a thing. But because she was always out at the pub and stuff, and I'd realised I'd basically just got a 15-year-old horrifically drunk and then got about an inch away from her face because I just thought she was like 17 or something.
Oh my God.
Because she looked older than her age and I only was about 18, but it was just the speed I moved back. And on top of that, when I moved back like this, like, you could hear the brakes hitting. I looked across and not only was her boyfriend, but all of our male friends were just sitting there on the edge of their seat like this. Just had been watching.
Brilliant.
No one had thought to tell me this was a bad idea.
No one had given you a nod. No one had given you a nudge.
They were just watching. I should have sent them all invoices.
That's fucking right, you should have.
Almost pedoed. Love it.
I believe I was just a teenager myself, so it wasn't like it was like last year or some shit. But the other one was a New Year's Eve at someone I barely knew to house. I'd gone with some other mates who knew that mate, and we'd been in this house, and there's 2 brothers I knew at the time that sort of hated each other but got on really well at the same time, and they were just really, you know how siblings are sometimes nasty to each other. And well, they took it to kind of a new level, and one of the guys was passed out drunk on the floor, and it was the older brother, and he'd got like a massive boner basically by the morning. So he was just lying there with this huge, I mean, it was an impressive tent. I mean, several girls had gone out to date him and then said, "Let's be friends." Like, you know, this was a tent. And his brother saw this and looked at him.
Sorry, I actually was texting for a moment there, and you spurred me into life. Thank you very much.
His brother saw him lying on the floor, unconscious, drunk, helpless, and he decided the most funny thing to do, and he giggled as he did it, was walk over his brother and just put his foot and tread on the top of it as he went over, causing his brother to turn into like a V shape as his entire body just went and it just smashed back down onto the floor, still unconscious.
Brilliant.
And he was destroyed, and he never knew why. He was basically just broken.
Fucking wicked.
Wicked. Off the mics, everyone.
Off that mic. You need to go over there.
You have to move that chair.
Share and tell a friend. It's the only way we're going to get more listeners. The website is hottopicpodcast.com. Our Twitter is @topicpodcast. Search Hot Topic Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr to find our stuff. Instagram @Hot Topic Podcast and use the hashtag Hot Topic Podcast to get on our community wall. Emails @hottopicpodcast.com. Send us your audio clips or text and we'll read it or play it on the air. Rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. 5 stars, bitches. Like the video on YouTube if that's how you prefer to listen to it.
What did Einstein say in the first one?
Don't know. Come and join us on our Facebook group. Search Hot Topic Podcast Community and follow our Facebook page too while you're at it. Boshti. What the fuck was that?
Music used in this episode was Meatball Parade by Kevin MacLeod of Compotech.com. It's licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Please see the MP3 comment tag or show notes on hottopicpodcast.com for more information.
I think level-wise we're okay.
Dig a ribbit. Dig with a dig ribbit. Dig with a dig ribbit. Dig with a dig ribbit. Yeah, dig with a dig ribbit.
Airplane mode.
Iceland was fun.
Iceland was fun.
Iceland was
Put it-
fun.
No,
Aeroplane mode.
I've never put it on airplane mode. No.
No, I just want to see Heather make D do it.
He doesn't respond to silence.
He feels
You've got
it.
It's a response.
Pass me the bottle of whiskey, will you?
No.
Yep.
You can't. The Hot Topic Podcast hasn't started yet.
Yeah, I know that, but it's too.
Heather's militant today.
Yeah, let's go with this.
Well, I know it's always, but I'm just noticing it more today. She's told off both people in arm's reach.
Greg, the rules are there to control the fun.
Shut up, Taran.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
There's one thing Taran won't do. It's
That's right, and I'm still going to tell them.
Shadow
Taran.
condoms aren't the greatest.
Are they not? I
No.
haven't used. Obviously, I haven't used it.
They're completely unshaped, and they make your dick look about 10% smaller and
are
a
they?
weird torpedo shape. It's really bizarre. Also,
the
it's
shadow
the first time I'd
condoms.
used
Yeah, no,
like
I'm
a
trying to work
completely
out what
unshaped
a
condom in fucking
torpedo-shaped
years.
dick looks like.
So like when you put it in, it's just like, well, this is it's smooth. Why is it so smooth? This is.
It's just me using.
Mate, save it for the podcast, yeah?
Why?
My Willie's turned to a glass dildo.
Scottish. Well, let's turn to glass dildo.
The best one I ever did was one of those glow-in-the-dark condoms. What they don't tell you is you need to charge them up as well. So I was standing there with a boner under a lamp. Trying to charge it up. Turn off the lights. Ooh, look at that! Do you want sex? No!
just use it as a little lightsaber.
Oh my god!
I may have made that noise at some point.
Oh, yeah, it's the start of the show, isn't it?
Yeah, have you got anything prepared?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was so prepared tonight. I was so prepared.
Do you know what? I had a thought about what I was going to do earlier on in the week, and I didn't write it down.
Fool of a took.
I am a fool of a took. Okay.
Right.
Shit. I've actually got...
And before we get any further, everyone can join in with my hello, and you'll get it. Don't worry.
Cool.
Apparently, I'll get it.
Yeah, you'll get it.
I'll wait for the time.
Lol.
Right, okay. A name, what's his name? Who's
George.
Washington.
Formby.
Carver.
Pressure!
I feel we have error 404 Taz page.
That's an ID 10T.
Whimsy not found.
Silence.
Silence, Ginger. It's Gregg's fault. I love it.
Yeah,
Gregg's
Gregg.
fault.
I'm allowed to.
Well, see, if you continue to do that, you're just going to hurt your fist.
No, I'm pretty sure she's going to hurt you
That's
more.
what
No,
she
you're pretty
said.
No, it'll
squidgy,
hurt
mate.
me in the process, but it'll still hurt her
That's what
fist.
she said.
I mean, Fitz had some training.
What, from smacking you?
Yeah, let's go with that.